Recording started. There we go.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry, Wiz, but that took you so damn long. We're about ready to call it a day.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, dang it.
No.
Oh, well.
First I forget to record for 24 hours prior to this, and now
Yeah,
it took so long that we're already done.
Yeah, that'll teach you one. Also, but in candor, hi everybody, and everybody who may or may not be watching this in the future. My name is Redfern, as always, and this is episode 2 of the Showcase of Nations.
Yes.
And I feel like this will actually be our first session proper, because this time around I'm actually going to do stuff.
Yay! Oh my god!
Nani?
This isn't a podcast.
Well, fuck.
I mean, we can make it a podcast. We seem to enjoy it enough as is, but unfortunately, I actually do have stuff saved in a Word document here, and I am very, very interested in seeing what you people do with the scenarios I have provided. So,
Don't you know DM's plans never go out because the DM has problems doing things off the wall that makes absolutely no damn sense?
Well, unfortunately for you, I like writing down what I think is supposed to happen anyways.
And
problem
then,
is when
unfortunately
that
for you, we always mess
think-
it up.
I think I just ousted myself as a railroader. Oh no.
Wow, my guy.
I like
Rude.
trains.
Yes, Whips, thank
Not
you.
what railroading is.
Close.
No, that isn't what railroading is, but that might be what the party feels like in a minute.
Unfortunately
That'll
for
be
you,
fine, I'm sure.
I don't know how to stay on these reins.
Okay. So to briefly recap on where we stand, could everybody very kindly remind me where they decided to spend the night after spending a day with Lady Leona Antos Marinda and enjoying the Friday afternoon festivities of the inaugural Marin-Half Grand Prix?
In bed.
Could you elaborate?
I believe, in fact, the rat was on a bench, and the Marin-Half. What center was it?
The special diplomatic, I believe, as I recall, Leona set up a Tibin at the Special Diplomatic Service building, which she runs. But I think Kinoko, she basically sent her down to like a hotel in the Royal District.
Yeah, like the building next door is a hotel. Go over there. Was it something like that?
Just down the way. I believe was the deal.
Fantastic.
Last I remember, Ahot was giving Leona a stiff drink, let's say.
Well, that already happened.
I
Where-
like how you butchered his name entirely, and I love that.
That's your name now.
You know, y'all call him whatever you want. It's not like he's gonna actually give a shit.
Well, here's the thing.
Fireball.
Here's the thing. Whisk's character is from Discount Japan, and Japan does not believe in silent letters, so...
Oh,
Yes, they do.
so do they? I don't know Japan.
I guess it depends on the words in specific they want to state, because it's...
Well, they're shitty.
It's also mitery.
Let me
They
just
usually
brush
say
off
shiro.
My deep knowledge
Just ignore
of
the he.
Japanese language for this conversation. Give me a moment to remember the vast background I have in this fascinating subject.
You may roll. You may roll no local.
Nope, I know nothing.
Well, anyway, details aside.
Norvin is familiar. Norvin is familiar with exactly that one animated picture of the cat girl saying cat nonsense, and that's literally it.
No, the
we-
way I remember being taught how to read Japanese words, not the kanji, I think they're called, whatever the other kind of writing them is.
Oh, I
Romanji?
know which one you're.
It would either be hiragana or katakana.
Oh my.
I
Where
think
they're
it's-
written with the letters we use instead.
I was gonna say katanana. I believe it's meant for more simpler communication.
Anyway, we're getting off topic. Right.
Quiet. Don't let my
Leona-
background disturb you.
Leona would be at the Marenhoff family estate in her room there. I presume Noverin is probably like sleeping out, like within a relatively short distance from that, because bodyguard's got a bodyguard.
Yeah.
If he sleeps at all, honestly, Leona still doesn't know if he does that. Actually, she's never
Alas.
seen him do it.
I'm not a warforged.
Norvin doesn't sleep. He waits.
I need to get a ring of sustenance is what I need to do.
Oh yeah, that you only sleep for 2 hours a day.
Oh god.
I just realized a reference you made.
All right, fantastic. So, a lot of you enjoys a very, very restful Friday evening, and surprisingly, the day after is Saturday morning.
What a shock.
Well,
We
I
skip Saturday
think
and go
Hinako would
straight
be
into
kind of not
Also,
so.
I went home because you guys were yeah.
Yes,
Went home.
naturally.
You go.
I think
Yeah.
Hinako wouldn't be too comfortable. It's far too rich of a place for her liking, for her standards.
Right. Leona would probably want to go and check in on Hiko on waking up, making sure she's getting along, right? And
You may certainly do that. Let's that'll be a good. When does Leona usually get up? I tell.
on Saturday she might let herself sleep in a little bit, and Saturday after all. But probably around 8:30ish, maybe. Because of Hinoko, she's got to make sure she's got work to do, even if it is a Saturday. She's got a rat folk in the special diplomatic service. Needs to talk to. There's Hinoko. She's got stuff to do. She'd probably wake up at. She might let herself sleep in a little bit to 8:30, but that's about it.
So you probably arrive at Hinako's room early to mid morning. I don't know what Hinako's sleeping habits are, but you obviously know where she's staying. You can pester her at your peril.
Right.
Right.
Hinako would probably wake up pretty early and start with her morning routines like swinging swords and stuff. Somewhere outside the building, probably. In a decently secluded place. Not in the way of people and such.
Viewers, I'm going to preemptively apologize if Skull starts coughing. Apparently, the bonbon he ate was 99.9% cinnamon.
Compared to my 99.9% sour Skittle.
Oh yeah, every time there will be.
Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop eating candy on this stream.
But candy.
But why though?
Sugar-free cinnamon butter
Speaking of,
candy.
let me just grab these
Also, your
nuts.
voice changes on Wisp.
Alas, I have
my
zero
voice change
candy.
on? I mean,
Yes,
don't mind me.
voice
I was-
changer is on.
I was just grabbing these nuts.
Got him!
All right, so Hinako is probably up. So Hinako's probably up and at him already. Probably dressed, having herself a foxy breakfast, and that is when Miss Lady Miranda decides to check in on her.
With Navran following
Actually,
around like a.
you'd probably not find her
balloon
inside.
type.
She's probably outside swinging sword. Somewhere in the back or something.
Yeah,
the
the hotel's probably got like a yard or something.
The bartender will direct you to what is the inn's improvised trading facilities outside.
Okay, the backyard.
Yeah. Right, so Leona will head on her way out there, and you will see Hinoko presumably swinging away, practicing, and she will greet Hinoko.
Ah, Hinoko. It's good to see her up. I see you are doing a little bit of training.
Yes, got to keep on morning exercise routines, right?
Yes, I know what you mean. I don't, unfortunately, have quite the time for daily exercise like that myself, but I do like to get a little fencing practice in when I have the opportunity.
Well, I don't know how much of a hurry you are in, or otherwise, if you don't mind, I would like to finish my morning exercises.
Hinoko, Hinoko is fine. Leona's just wondering how long she should leave the rat folk unattended in the Special Diplomatic Service building.
What building? There's never been a building there.
There's been a building there.
There's never been a building there. Oh, there's just this crater. That's how it's always been.
The
Don't speak
building's only been a
nonsense.
part of Leona's imagination. Like she only thinks the SDS building isn't. She only thinks the SDS building is an actual building. In actuality, she only got funding for exactly one cardboard box.
I think
Leona,
the joke
mentally.
I think the joke Wild was going. Yes, but no, actually. And I think the joke Wild was going for that Thibin would explode it.
But that'd be,
Yeah, that's the more I'd style.
It is a rat folk.
Does Leona know much about rat? Knowledge local?
Refresh me what the question was.
What does Leona know about the Underpires, Ratties?
The
Like-
Shurtikawan Undpire.
The Shurtikawan.
All right, sure. Give me a no local.
No. Eh.
You're the only person I know who go look at 18 and go, eh.
I only roll an 8.
Still, that's
I
pretty
think I've
good.
looked at a 30 and gone before, so
You people and your buffs.
Not buff, just ranks in skills.
that's how Pathfinder works, apparently. You can rank up your skills quite high.
shall we see if I do better?
It should be fine. Oh. You
I-
did slightly better. Slightly better.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, regarding its structure, first of all, they don't have towns and cities as you were probably familiar with them. They have what are called stations, as everything in the Empire is connected by a massive underground railway system of sorts. And as a result, there's not really too much development outside of the one major central hub near the center of the Empire, the central station, if you will.
Oh, the Grand Central Station, perhaps?
Oh yes, it is very grand.
All right.
As far as actual facilities go, one of the more influential ones, let's say, would definitely be the oh Jesus Christ, Skull, what the hell is this name? The Deet Academy.
Eat?
Deet.
Eat.
Deaete.
Deet. Like what happens after Scottish Agent 47 meets someone. They're Deet.
I get you. Cool.
Uh,
So,
Leona opens her mouth, all this info comes out, and she closes
no,
it.
she's not saying it. She's just like scratching her head a little bit, like, what do I?
Deet Kurth Quans.
That's useful, and like probably doesn't sound like leaving Fibbin alone is too terrible of an idea. She seemed to be reasonable enough.
And then Leona, and then Leona recalls one of the majors at that academy is the masters of science in exploding oneself.
Ah. Leona will turn to Hinako.
Yeah, I'll let you finish up. I'll be down at the Special Diplomatic Service building. You know where that is, right?
Yes, that's like right up there, right?
Yeah, I showed you there. That's where Fibbin is
Right,
presently residing.
right, the little rat folk.
Yeah, the rat. I'll be there. Assuming it's building going back.
And with that, Leona will politely nod and head out to make sure the building is still intact.
There's no visible external damage.
That's slightly comforting.
They did need us for something.
True. True. Right. So yeah, Leona will head in and check on Fibbin.
Hello, Fibbin. You sleep well?
Yes.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Alright, so I've sent the appropriate documents to the Marenhof Royal Archmage. You're being a mage and all, I figured it would be appropriate for him to know that. And sorry, where were we? Right. So
We are here.
yes, we are here. We are here. Let's see, and
Leona will go over to like her desk and like sort through some of the paperwork, trying to find what she's got for Fibbin, and just like make sure she's got all the documents in order, and like she's doubtful that like they've been like gotten back to from her father. He's a busy man, and like the showcase kind of taking priority. She's fairly confident that you'll see the bit on Hinako before long because she included that with the report on the showcase. But Fibbin, it's important, but yeah. But yeah, right now Leona's just like checking the paperwork, being like, all right. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Right then. I believe I can officially offer you a sanctuary within Marinhof.
Hmm. Good. Yes, yes.
Very. Right. We'll see about getting you a meeting with my brother, the Royal Archmage, and he can perhaps he'll have some tasks or something for you. I think he's working on a mages guild of some sort. I don't know. I've got my own duties to attend to. Um, but yes. All the so but now this Saturday is generally a slightly more relaxed day for me. Most of the staff here are home with families.
At which point, Leona, you see the SDS's butler Jensen come in and politely shut the door behind him. Lady Miranda,
Yes, Jensen.
you have a visitor here to see you. She is down on the ground floor, and I can't be certain, but I think her matter, but I think her matter is rather is rather. At which point the door flies open, knocks Jensen on the back, and knocks him down flat out on the floor, and you can hear him very muffled say, "Referring." The perpetrator in this case is somebody you, Leona, would personally recognize. You see a very vibrant red-haired kitsune lady dressed up in the dressed up in the regular normal Ridian Grand Prix colors. She has she has a little button up shirt and some pants, and she is sweating and panting very heavily. Lady Miranda.
Lena will like get to her feet, head over, and be like,
Nami, what's the matter? What's going on?
Taruki is. I'm gonna stop standing up, and she falls over as well.
Leona will rush over and like well, let me check. I don't think Leona's actually trained in heal. She's just yeah, no, she is not a doctor. She has a penalty to heal.
What? Who intruder?
This is
Fuck. What was her last name? I forget. I remember Nami, but I don't remember her last name. You mentioned it in the DM.
I don't
Yukimoto.
suppose lay on hands would fix it.
Maybe? I don't know. I don't. My point is, Leona doesn't know what, like, she can do healing spells, sure, but that's hit point damage, and Leona isn't trained in heal in any way. So she has no idea what exactly might be wrong with her.
this is Nami Tsukimoto. She is the PR manager for the Ridian team in Teru Nakagami. The one of their racers. We've met in the past. I invited her out to a small party with a few new people who were interested in the showcase. It was not too long ago, but Northern, you're a paladin, yes? Are you trained in the healing arts? I mean, I can cast spells, but I don't think she's been stabbed.
I'm
Leona's
a
like just
warrior, not a
looking.
healer.
Right. Yeah.
Thibin, who is behind the desk looking over it, is looking at the They're not unconscious. They're just huffing and puffing on the floor, right?
Oh, she's passed out.
Oh, she's passed out. Is looking over at the individual. And I guess with this role is making the conclusion on seeing, just from a visual stance, on how the person appears. I wouldn't say injured.
Just exhausted.
Exhausted.
She must have ran like a borderline marathon in order to get here.
Wow.
With some
This,
rules trickery, I know that running for too long does non-lethal damage.
Ah, so I do need a heal spell.
This one is, not hurt, but more, needs water.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes, of course.
Leona will run over to Jensen and like help him up. Well,
Jensen dusts himself off, adjusts his tie, and he's back to his proper self before long.
Sorry, to ask, but could you grab some water if you're not injured, of course. Did bit of a knock there.
I don't see how that would change anything at all, my lady. He bows and goes to do that.
Thank you, Jensen.
and Leona will head back to Nami and like fan her face a little bit, like.
Dibin, you trained in the healing arts?
Yes. Thibin, has a minor in, some form of medicational purposes. Minor.
Huh. Well, would a healing spell be beneficial? Or
Waste of, spell. Wait for them to rest for,
right.
hour. If still
Right.
unconscious, then use spell.
Right. Understand. Like, Leona will just.
Leona will just try and like make Nami comfortable, like pick her up a bit and put her on the like sofa, preferably not the one Thibin was using as a bed.
It's likely urgent, and if she's a racer, she likely came from the track. I would suggest we not wait for the hour, at least.
Enough. Right then.
Jensen comes back in with a glass of water and a straw.
Jensen, thank you. And
Leona will take water and look at the unconscious Nami and be like,
I don't think I should try and make her drink this. No, that seems like it'd be a bad idea. Yeah, screw it.
and Leona will hold out her hand and she will cast Cure Light Wound on Miss Tsukimoto. Bam.
Is she making a will save?
I think she's unconscious. She can't make a will save.
I know
Yeah, I
you
was
can
about
make
to say,
will
I'm gonna
save.
just people back.
And even if it was, Cure Light Wounds is one of the most harmless spells there is.
I know you can make will saves against things like scrying in your sleep.
Yeah, but that's an exception to the.
Hmm.
I believe.
Okay.
Considering Nami exhausted herself to the point of collapsing, I don't think she would be too inclined to disallow stuff that would get her back on her feet. It does not, regardless of who it comes from.
Fair enough.
It is a harmless spell, so
Yeah.
Leona casts the spell, and Nami's ears perk right back up, and she she looks up and around and goes, "Did I make it?"
You're at the Special Diplomatic Service building, if that's where it is. I mean, yeah. Here. Have some water.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. She takes the glass, sips from it, and puts herself up back to her feet.
What's happened? What caused you to run here in such a hurry that you collapsed upon arrival?
She looks very distraught, and she very shakily sips of water before she sets her glass back down, and she says, the and she eventually swallows and spits it out. There's been a murder. Our head, our Ridia's head engineer. He got killed last night, and they think Taruki did it.
And I assume it right now is just when Hinoko walks into the room, right?
Yes, absolutely perfect timing.
Knock, knock.
Jensen goes to open the door.
Hold on, don't think about it. The one's always wrong page at the wrong time.
No.
No. Come in, Hinako. I mean, you might as well. Why would they think Taruki would kill his own head engineer?
I don't know. I just don't know. This isn't like him. You've met Teru. He's not that kind of person.
I have met him, yes, no, he seems like a decent sort to me, at least. Alright, then I'll look into this. Nami. Don't worry.
They're trying to keep this away from the news and everything, and
Obviously, obvious.
they're
Right, now,
they're trying to proceed with things as planned. As far as anybody knows, Teru's just sick in his trailer, but
I'll go speak with the god, and what, see why Haruki did it, and I promise you, Nami, I'll find the actual.
she finishes downing her water and sets the glass down. I have to come with you.
All right. The more the merrier, I suppose.
You
Wait, what is the case here? What's going on? Exactly?
You recall Teruki Nakagami, the Tsune racer for Rydia? Yes?
Yes.
Hinoko?
Yes,
Well,
the silver-haired kid's name.
Yeah. There's been a murder.
So not the guy I said was going to die, but the other guy.
There's been a murder, and they believe he is the culprit.
You think you think that you think that the army son is
I don't believe Teru would do that. I've met him before, and he seems like a decent soul. I am curious to see why they did it, though. And I'm going to be heading down to the track myself to investigate. I welcome you all to a company. Except you, Jensen. Someone has to hold down the fort around here.
Naturally, madam. Let me know if I can
Right.
do anything of use.
If anyone comes here looking for me, send them to the track. That's where Alan will be at for the foreseeable future. Or just have them take a message. Right then.
Me, I
Yeah.
shall follow.
Yes, Steven. I don't know precisely what sort of magic you practice, but I'm sure it'll come in handy in some manner. That's my brother, so often likes both. No one better at solving a murder than a mage.
Anyway, with that, Leona will gather herself a bit, make sure she's got her longsword at her side, and head out, get a carriage to take them up to the. That's actually a fair question. How skilled are Mirenhalf's guards in level terms?
I will point out when I'm typing a question.
Y'all have no idea how
I'm
unprepared I am to
trying
answer that question.
All right. That is perfectly fair. As I believe, and I've looked into this, the average your average guard is generally low level 1-3. Those are the typical guards you buy, even a player character can buy for their buildings and stuff. They hire guards, and they will
This is,
and they
however, a major city and a high importance thing.
yeah.
So increase the level by a couple.
Level 5-ish seems like a reasonable level, probably like a rogue or something. Anyway, but that's not important. As I said, Leona's gonna grab a carriage and hustle the whole gang in. Hinoko, Northern, Bivin, and Nami and herself will all bustle into the carriage. I presume. Presume you guys are coming.
Mm.
No, we're gonna stay right here. Dig a hole.
This is a podcast.
Hinako,
No plot points allowed.
Hinako and Nami are just going to chill in the lounge, drink sake, and talk foxy things.
All right,
We are gonna dig a plot hole.
dig a plot hole. All right, all that aside,
That is something foxes do, after all.
all that
Yes.
aside, we get in the carriage and we head off with all speed to the special from the Special Diplomatic Service to the racetrack.
Nami sits down next to Hinako and glances over at her. Hinako, right? Taruki told me about you.
Say again, who?
Nami.
Other fox lady.
And who told her about me?
Hinako. No, not Teru. Teru told not Teru told not me about Hinako.
I'll tell her. I'll tell her. Okay. Didn't catch the.
Not gonna remember any of these names.
I am taking notes.
Okay.
I wrote down Tara, but should probably write down this one as well. Why did not this spell do? Why are you not extending your stupid note thing?
Your voice changer is still on, by the way.
I don't care.
Nami's just blankly looking around at everybody, and everyone's just scribbling in a notepad.
Yeah, everyone just scribble.
All adventurers need at least one person who takes good notes about literally everything. This is just normal adventurer things.
What was her
I
name?
instinct even.
Thibin is sitting directly between Norvin and Leona on the other half of the carriage because that half of the carriage is filled with foxos.
And Thibin just happens to be small enough to fit between the two.
Yeah, there's probably enough room. She's not squished. Could probably fit 6 people if you were squished a little bit.
They're
But
child size, so
But what was her name?
Nami Tsukimoto.
Nami Tsukumoto. And that would be Shukumoto Nami or Nami Shukumoto?
Tsukimoto Nami would be the Kitsune spelling.
in Japan, surname comes first. But what's Japan?
Kitsune land.
But what is Japan? I've never heard of this land.
And he's like advisor or something for Teddy? Or what?
She is the PR Kitsune for Rydia and Paris, is what I have her down in my notes.
PR.
And please repeat what you were just asking, Sibin.
I have a question inquiry. Is that what is the area and or location of this murder at exactly in the area?
Oh, right. Sorry, I probably should explain.
Please do.
As soon as I find the right Word document, here we are. He was our head engineer. His name was Felix Giovinazzi. I don't know it, and I honestly couldn't tell you what happened really. All I did, I can tell you what happened with me. Practice 2 ended and on Friday, and I did I did a small press report, and we took Teru for a trip around the city. He wanted to see what was going on with it, and after that tour, he wanted to go home and or go back to his trailer and review stuff from the session. So we took him back. I brought over some dinner while he reviewed his notes, and then that was that. I woke up, and then I heard that not only was Felix dead, but Terry was arrested.
What was the time after you last saw him?
I brought his dinner over at around 7:15.
7:15.
And I presume you heard about this first thing this morning.
Yeah, yeah. I woke up. I got dressed. I had I had something to drink for breakfast. I got to the garage, and everyone was talking about it, and I didn't know what to do. I just thought and thought and thought, and I wasn't sure who to talk to, and I just booked it, I guess.
Right. Oh. That is a good question. What time is it?
Leona doesn't have a watch, unfortunately.
You are a noble. How do you not have a timepiece?
You know, that actually is an oversight on my part. I probably should have gotten like a little fancy watch. I'm gonna act.
You have been in a town for ages. You have had time to correct this mistake.
I have.
You
And then
You're
and then
like-
and is when Leona also has a realization that one of the major sponsors of the showcase is a watch company.
Uh,
Can Thibin do a nature check to see what time it is
Uh,
accurately?
I think it would be survival.
you can. I defer to Wild's judgment here. No. Nature is more for evaluating stuff outside of a textbook. Survival is actually probably more in line with this. But yeah, feel free to give it a bash. Ibn, you estimate it's sometime between 9:30 and 10:30 in the morning.
Inko is not good at telling time, I guess.
Hmm.
Don't care.
I Thibin make conclusion. 10:30 right now. No watch at the moment. When we get there, we must find time.
indeed.
When we get there, we must find time.
Other also important details notes is of position of body, injuries, inability.
Wait, what?
Is Nami looks down a little. As I understand it, the police moved the body before I woke up. But according to what I heard, the body was located behind her garage.
Any particular garage in?
Have you been? Have you been to our garage yet, Thibin? I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Thibin blinks.
Good response.
In the paddock they have this thing called the Walk of Shame. Depending on where you placed in the team championships the year prior, they organized the garages based on that. The team who won the championship last year is placed closest to the paddock, and that would be us, Rydia. And meanwhile, all the way at the back, you would have you would have the last place team. It's one of the very annoying things about showcase racing. Every single race you go to in any given season, you have to walk past the garages of every other team that beat you.
So this would mean that it is farthest away from prying eyes from public. Yes.
Yeah, our garage is located closest to where you would get in to see all the trailers and everything. Is probably a layman's way to put it. If that makes any sense.
Possibility of outside external forces to enter into the area is a high possibility, which could mean that the current suspect is less likely to be actual murderer, killer.
Possibly. Like I said, I don't really have a ton of information outside of what I shared with you guys. Sorry, it's been a little much even for me.
No, don't worry. I'll speak with the gods. We'll get this sorted out. Don't worry.
I think we don't really have much else to do beyond just ride there.
You lot arrive at Missouri International Circuit without too much more interference, and you can you may deboard. You may deboard as you see fit. There is a lot more. There's a bit of an uneasy air in the air.
Atmosphere.
An uneasy air in the air. Good job, Redfern.
An uneasy air in the air, I see. The floor here is made of floor.
A+ rating.
Okay, that goes on for far too long. Didn't expect that to go on too long.
The air is heavy. Its palms are sweaty.
It went on a pretty good amount.
That was a lot of unnecessary applause for a joke that I did not mean to make.
Right. But yeah.
You guys step out. You guys step out into the paddock, and moving some supplies from a storage unit across to the Marin half garage, a few spots down from Rydia. Leona, you spot yourself a very red looking fellow.
Oh, aye. How?
Leona will just nod to him and and stop a moment, stroke her chin, and then approach him. She figures he at the very least will know where the guard are presently.
So
And Leona will
escorting us.
She left. She ran off. She doesn't know where they might be at the moment.
Missed that part.
Right.
How you all right?
Leona will look around, make sure there's no paparazzi and stuff.
Heard about the incident, I presume.
Everyone heard about the incident. I heard it since I got here. I go and collect my shit. I get here and I'm hearing about, oh, there's a dead body. Do I care?
Not me terrified. Just grabs her ears and holds them down against her head.
And then some people are accusing that guy that got into an accident in the race that you all were all interested in. I don't give a flying whatever. I'm just checking on the freaking cars, because what if some fucking shit happened? Because apparently people aren't paying attention to bodies. Maybe they should be paying attention to the cars. Because if the cars are fucked up, that's even worse. Because then the people die in the middle of a race. So I'm gonna check on the fucking cars. Why are people waking me up when I'm trying to think of my damn fucking formulas? Anyway, how are you?
I'm internalizing I'm internalizing my panic and at the potential ramifications for Marinhof and the Grand Prix in general. Have you seen the guards around here anywhere? I need to talk to them.
They're everywhere. They're probably searching to figure out more information. Or I don't know. They just accused that one guy, so maybe they don't give a fuck.
That's why I'm here to figure out which one it is.
Look, man, I went with you guys to that wherever place with the rat thing over there, and you know what? I went back.
Wherever place.
Diplomatic service building.
Shirtian. Flaming one.
Hey, if you don't call me what I am, I don't get to call you what you are.
I do not know what you even are.
You were told.
You're an Ifrit, right? The
Ifrit.
Ifrit. My apologies. Ifrit.
That's fine. You can call me the red one. I don't give a shite. Anyway. So you want to know where the guards are? Would he actually know where the guards are? Like I'm asking, would he actually know where they are? I don't know. So I don't think he would like actually me personally. I don't think he would actually like. He would walk in, people screaming and panicking, and all he would be is agitated, mumbling, and looking for the nearest car to fix and work on, and then hear all this shit, and people are like, "Shouldn't you be concerned?" He's like, "No."
He's dead. The cars aren't dead yet.
It's not my problem.
I'm not a
investigator.
detective. I'm an engineer.
Exactly. So he's like, "I'm doing my job. What do you want from me? Compassion? I lost that years ago."
Right then.
If you want information, why don't you ask the person that usually watches over us? Whatever his name is, I don't remember. I'm just working.
Good point. What?
Literally forgets the name of the team principal he works for.
To be fair, I've forgotten that name too.
It's a name.
A is his first initial, and his last name is name. No, Robbie Espargaro.
Robbie Espargaro.
Espargaro. ESPARAGO.
AR.
You know, he
Okay.
to me, but I made sure that my character did not actually say the name because my character would not actually care. He doesn't. He just wants to
All
get.
right.
I have also noticed that there is a larger and redder version of Hinako among the people as well, and she does not seem particularly amused.
Oh, he scratches the back of his head, noticing that someone is actually having issues.
You are loud.
Sorry. Who are you?
Nami. This is my friend. Nami Tsukamoto. Whatever. Nami Tsukamoto. She's the basically the PR person for Rydia and Teru.
Charmed.
The fellow.
Then you should be used to loud noises going back and forth with all this. Why are you irritated by me being loud?
Because usually I'm the one that makes them.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Nami, this is Zai. He is one of the engineers for Marinhof.
Nice to.
And
I will forget your name in less than 5 days.
Please do.
Wow, you remember them for 5 days. Most people
I'm
forget
already
within an
forgotten.
hour.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. Most people only last 3.
But so are you close to the person deceased or the person arrested?
arrested, I believe. Yes?
I was asking her, not you. Why do you keep butting in every time people talk?
That is kind of what she does, yeah.
I think that's gold
Did
more
you-
than Leona.
As,
No, it's
as,
Leona too.
It's Leona too.
as Lady Miranda described, I'm the one that handles the public relations for the guy who got arrested.
Yes, but are you? I'm not asking if you're representing him or friendly with him. Are you nice? Are you comrades, etc., so forth? Are you making it any kind of personal? He was arrested, or simply doing your job?
I don't see how it would matter either way.
It does matter because whenever there's an investigation going on, if you're making it personal, you might make irrational decisions. So I want to know that the person that I'm looking at right now isn't going to cause something worse than what it already is.
I assure you, I won't.
That sounds like you will. All right, going back to work.
You're gonna cause problems. Okay, bye.
If you need me to look up into anything, I'll help. But if you start accusing people because of your anger or any kind of internal thing you got going on, get me out of it. I don't care. Just so you know.
Well, I might.
Nami's not Nami still is sticking straight up.
He's a prickly fellow. Very good at his job, though.
I may be good at my job, but if you guys have any kind of questions that revolve around, I don't know, anything outside of the actual circuit that I actually do, I'm probably not going to be your guy. But you need something exploded.
Right.
Anyway, nice to meet you, Nami, and the rest of you. I didn't forgot your names, by the way. Anyway,
She very shakily waves at him. You can pretty much hear the creak, like the rusty creak door. It's like, good
well,
to
it's
see
good
you
that
too.
you get angry.
Good to meet you too.
Is it though? I like honest people. If you're not honest to me, I don't care. Tell me how you really feel, lady, and then I'll have a good conversation with you. It might have stress that you're dealing with right now.
Right. Well,
Yes,
stress.
you're not
I think
helping.
we're all. I think
True.
we're all under a bit of stress for the moment. I do
I'm
need
not.
to go speak.
I'm just angry.
You're
I-
always angry. Apparently.
I'm not always
I'm
angry.
always angry. Uses mutagen ability.
life's impending.
That's my secret. I'm always angry. Down some mutagen and goes home.
Life's impending doom of all things to go into extinction of finality is a very stressful subject to be talking about. Yes.
Everybody dies. Get over it.
Nami just stops and looks down at them. It's a murder mystery. The world's not going to be detonated.
You don't know that.
It's statistically unlikely.
I mean, well, unless it's a murder mystery revolving around also hidden planting bombs that exist in corners of the world that shift its surface, causing it to collapse into its entirety. But I doubt this is that critical of a situation.
It's critical to me, okay?
It's critical, but it's not world-ending class critical.
Back on subject, please.
What's the subject?
Have you seen the gods?
No, I don't
You
pay
know where I can find them.
people.
Right then. Thank you regardless. Keep your eye out for anything unusual. I don't know if this is because the murder victim was Bridia's chief engineer. The gods seem to think it was as a beef between him and Peru, I'm guessing. But what if it's not that? What if someone killing engineers?
Well, if the guards are arresting people on assumptions, then they're not worth a damn as guards.
I don't know. I need to talk to them and figure out if they are.
Because if they're doing that, then they might be involved in it. Because if they're arresting someone that quickly and not even asking questions, I would
Oh,
consider that to
I
be a problem.
need to go and find a guard. Figure out what's going on.
Okay, then do
Thank
that.
you,
Why are you still talking to
I-
me? Bye.
I don't legitimately know anything. I don't legitimately know.
And Leona will, like, massaging her temple, walk away.
Finally, I can
yeah,
get back to work.
I feel like you could have just left.
yeah. Right, so
Like
Leona will
halfway
go and
through, at least.
try and find one of the guards.
Leona, can you make a perception roll for me, please?
I can certainly attempt that.
That's my job.
I don't think Leona's actually. Yeah, no, she's actually terrible at that. And I roll a 16 on
You
the
don't-
dice.
You don't need a particularly high roll to notice that the group is a lot less rattier than it usually is.
Wait,
Where'd Fibbin go?
He left a bit. He left halfway through the conversation.
She.
She left halfway through the conversation.
I do believe I saw her
Did you see which direction she...
sending her little pet. Was it? Centipede out to do something? I think.
I know which direction she went.
Alright, let's go after... We better find her before... I don't know what happens.
You can hear a yell from the Radiant Garage. Hey, what are you doing in here?
and Leona goes running off in that direction.
I believe we have an update on where the rat went.
Me, I am investigator.
I think that might be the case.
And I don't care. I don't care if you're the Queen of not England. Get out from under the car.
Leona will enter.
Leona will enter the scene. What does she see?
She sees she sees one of the Radiant engineers grabbing the lower half of what seems to be a rat person by the ankles and dragging them out from under Taruki's number 5.
Fibbin, what in the maker's name are you doing under there?
I am investigating. Unhand me, foul creature!
There will be no clues underneath the car.
The engineer knows what that means. He drops and immediately shuffles back toward the wall.
My apologies, sir. What do you think to find under there, Fibbin?
Possibility of unusual areas may have some form of secret. Also, Jeremy was telling me to go look down under.
Your familiar suggested the course of action.
Yes.
Did he have a reason why?
You see Thibin kind of just look down and talk over at where you believe Jeremy is at, which is still underneath the vehicle.
Yeah.
He found some breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs.
I hope you don't mean literal breadcrumbs.
The engineer pipes in. You know what? We did kind of have sandwiches over the lunch break yesterday, so that wouldn't be surprising.
Any case, investigating for any form of unusual or unnatural, strange, obscene things in the garage could lead to possibility of finding. I forget
There
the
aren't
word.
going to be any clues underneath the car.
We can definitely do that. Once we've spoken to the guards, and they
You
don't wonder why there's a bunch
you
of
you people are here for the
the
whole thing
incident.
with Teru.
Yes, I am Lady Leona Antos Miranda.
We know!
They know.
All 38 people in the garage immediately stop what they're doing and go, "We know!" before going back to work.
And I am here to look into the incident and figure out just what to make.
She who has long name speaks long name very long.
Well, I'm not sure how useful well, I'm not sure how much use I can be. I'm just in charge of Teru's car, but maybe. But if you need any help from me, let me know. Leo Van Dorn. I'm pretty much the voice in his head.
Ah, the radio. Right. Adding.
Adding that to the note.
Who keeps blue duping me?
Thibin doesn't have any paperwork for currently, so she's not making notes.
Right then. Leona will
Thank Mr. Van Doren. Thank you, Mr. Van Doren, but I need to speak with the gods first before I can properly begin my investigation. I will probably check back in with you in a minute or two. Do you have any idea where I might find some of the gods?
There should be a post on the other end of the paddock. I don't know where exactly they took Teru though.
Right. I'll figure that out. Don't worry. Thank you. And with that,
Leona will head for the other end of the paddock.
Thibin casts Detect Magic while we're in the garage.
I think the cars run off some magical component.
That is correct. That is correct. Then you also detect a magical device being operated by a halfling in the corner. He seems to be doing some maintenance with it. It's a very strange box-like thing with a little tube on the end and a little button on the top that you can press and things happen.
And Thibin would not know what kind of device this is as well.
You know what? I'm not sure she would.
Should I roll spellcraft for that?
Is whichever one is the magic item, right?
I think it would be Knowledge Arcana, I believe. Spellcraft is identifying magic being cast and like what a spell does and like how a spell works. Knowledge Arcana is knowledge on actual magical things like construct and
Knowledge
dragon.
Arcana determines school of magic it is. If it's a magic item, then it's spellcraft.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It says in the detect magic description.
I roll. I rolled very low.
Yeah, you only rolled a 3.
So what exactly is Stibin doing while she's trying to determine exactly what this magical fun box is?
As she's casted magic, detect magic, and also just seeing the sources of magical sources and seeing this strange object, ignoring the two that are now behind her, she is walking toward the halfling slightly. Not to alarm them at first, but just enough out of, I guess, proverbial range if they were on the side.
Excuse me for one.
Yep.
Excuse me for 1 minute. My battery is dying on my laptop, and I have to attend to that. Be right back.
Unless the magic item has a caster level of -1 somehow, that is not a high enough roll to figure it out.
The halfling just kind of glances over at the ratty and says, "Might I be of assistance?"
Yes. What is this contraption object?
You never seen a camera before?
Camera?
The halfling smiles a bit and picks it up. Here, I'll show you. And he picks it up. He aims it at them. And don't worry, by the way, this won't hurt. He presses the shutter. There's a small click and a flash of light.
Sunlight sensitivity.
Ah!
I have no one else in the house.
Loves it. He loves it a lot. When there's no one in that house, Skull's volume increases tenfold.
The halfling immediately starts apologizing. Oh crap! I forgot to turn the flash off. I'm so sorry.
It's taken my soul!
I assure you it hasn't. I assure you it hasn't. It was merely a flash of light, and I would not be surprised if I heard this. By the way.
Oh, for the love of!
On the other side of
He just hears
the other
that.
side of the city, they heard it.
The eye twitches. That rodent. No.
By whoever that was.
That was most likely gold. Because remember the battery.
Return to us. Return to us.
Well, they're back.
I am back.
And at which point the box spits out a small little piece of paper, which depicts them and getting flashbanged, and he hands it to her.
And there's a ghost of a kitsune behind.
Be very careful of the trigger fingery rat.
Why? Why are you in here? Why are you all in this garage? Why are you being?
Why are you
rat
here? This
came in.
is the Ridian garage.
Why are you down here? I can hear the rat screaming from literally miles away.
That, you know,
If you were trying to be secretive about taking this garage,
She's not used to her picture being taken. Let's just
Well-
say that.
well, most people don't like it when their picture's taken right in front of their face with a flash.
I apologize. That the halfling yells back. And by the way, you guys do notice that the shirt and the pants he's wearing the same about color scheme is roughly the same as Nami's.
Right, he's the Iridian PR fellow. Right.
Or team photographer at least.
Yeah.
Or spy.
Alright. We were just going. I'm not sure why Fibin decided to come here. Something about her pet wanting a sandwich crumbs. But
I believe she was actually. I believe she was actually trying to investigate. But
the
Thibin,
pet wanted sandwich
I-
that's
crumbs.
your name, right?
Yes, that is the Katukoan.
I is just
It's
looking
Katukoan?
straight at the princess at this point. Once again, the princess answers for another character, and I is just giving her the biggest eyes, angry in every bit, and then
Uh,
looks at Thibin. Can you speak?
Thibin wasn't there, I believe. Was he?
Thibin was.
Pippin is certainly in the garage.
Like as I just like glares her down, Leona just kind of looks away, slightly ashamed.
Are you okay, Thibin?
You just see Thibin just with the picture just eating it and just turning around and looking at I.
You do have detect magic up. The picture's probably not magic, is it?
Detect magic was deactivated once after she saw the strange object.
Huh. Okay.
For everybody not Thibin, the picture actually is magical. How cameras work here? They're magic powered devices, and they etch pictures onto specially designed paper when the shutter button is pushed. Therefore, any photograph would detect as illusion magic for the purposes of detecting magic.
For reference, the actual thing in Pathfinder for taking a picture, I believe is a 5th level spell. You need an expensive gemstone, and you can only view the thing once.
Huh.
I
Well,
might be
I'm
wrong about
looking
the
at
level
Thibin.
of the spell.
I presume over the time and progress, they figured out a way to make it cheaper.
Yeah.
So Thibin, that's your name, right? Because I'm hearing it a lot, and I'm assuming that's your name.
Yes. And your name is I.
She's getting 100% of her recommended value of fiber right now.
So Thibin, you randomly went to this garage because your familiar went over here. Did you command your familiar to look around at a garage?
Yes.
You know what that means, Thibin?
Thibin's tilting her head slightly.
That means you have caused trouble simply for your curiosity rather than waiting until someone could ask questions, and then you have reason to actually be in a garage that isn't owned by you or you. You should not enter anyone's garage without their permission. It is not good. It is a bad thing. Now, if you're trying to be sneaky about it, you running around with your whatever that is. It's a speed.
I was not sneak hiding. I was casually walking into the garage. They simply ignored me.
And Leo raises an eyebrow. As way and to her defense, you didn't exactly ask permission to come in here either.
Yes, but big flashy loud screaming noise of an individual I know about goes to a garage while I'm trying to work, and everyone, I'm pretty sure there's actually a crowd after hearing that scream. After someone just died?
Come to think of it, would the scream have attracted the guards?
I mean, a scream, someone just recently died. This is currently a situation that should be red alert, and you screamed like you just almost got stabbed.
A couple guards run in and go full Vince Lombardi. What the hell is going on in here?
Then
The
I even have
is
solved.
not accustomed to be having her picture taken.
Then I have solved one issue looking for guards. Thibin has
There
done
you go.
her job.
I
Leona.
Tippin.
Well, she
Leona
ain't
will-
right, but she ain't wrong either.
Leona will approach the guards.
And like, right, you can relax. The rat folk is just, shall we say, she
And she looks over, she's sitting like chewing on the paper a little bit.
superstitious about having her picture taken.
My soul is returning back.
The halfling is just staring at all this and going, "That's not how it works."
It really isn't.
The halfling following us around, stealthily taking pictures of the rat folk.
Let the rat believe what he thinks.
He's a wildlife photographer.
Right.
It like presents like 100 pictures. Here, your soul's not damaged, is it? And then you just collapse.
Poor Tibbin. What you doing?
Leona will.
Leona will turn to the guards and
She will. Rat the panic, the superstitious rat folk aside, would you mind telling me who is in charge of the investigation for the incident?
Murder!
Yes, that.
Don't need to be frank about it, Fireboy.
Can y'all maybe just be quiet? We are legitimately trying to keep this thing under wraps. Nobody
I'm
wants
aware of that.
Nobody wants
Hey,
to
guys.
hear. Nobody wants to hear about the murder that happened at the first major international thing that has happened in this country since who knows when.
Say that
I am
louder.
very
People
aware of
can't hear you.
Please don't. I'm as
You're the one being loud, Fireboy.
I'm okay with everyone knowing. I mean, I was told the moment I walked in here. I think everyone already fucking knows. You have a photographer, for Pete's sake, right there, hearing everything, regardless.
And we
Everybody already fucking knows. What are you trying to be stealthy with a thing that's already known to the public at this point, probably?
It's known to the people at the showcase presently, who are all people who work here.
Yes, and do you see any, I don't know, people just walking around here? I mean, I thought this was all personnel if I was just told 5 minutes ago.
You are personnel. You work here.
I'm talking about that. If they're telling me and you guys, never mind. I'm just gonna breathe. I'm just gonna breathe. I know I'm illogical sometimes, and I know sometimes I think a little bit too hard. But you know what? I'm just gonna stand here. What?
How about rather than standing here, maybe you should just go do your job. You're not doing your job, right?
Well, right. So, Guardsman, could you please direct me to whoever is heading this investigation presently? I understand that Mr. Nakagami has been accused of the murder. I'd like to know why they believe he did it.
we currently have him under house arrest in his trailer. We couldn't really transport him before everything happened. Sergeant Vasquez is standing outside, and he's going to try and get everything sorted on the police's end of things. That makes any sense?
Right. Do you know where he is now?
In this trailer.
Probably standing outside the trailer. Where else?
Fair enough. You might as well come along.
I might as well because you guys are not gonna let me work. You guys are not gonna let me work. Okay? If I don't get you guys out of here by solving this puzzle, I'm never gonna get anything done.
You know, I'll take that logic.
Nami's face palming and looking at Hinako. This guy is a friend of yours?
Yeah.
an employee of mine, technically.
Oh, even better.
So,
Technically my family's, but semantics.
so we're going to this trailer and we're gonna talk to him, aren't we?
I'm going to talk with Sergeant Vasquez and see why he believes Nakagami is the murderer. Then we'll look into things and sort it out, as it were.
So that's everyone's agreement, not just yours. This is everyone's plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get whenever
Unless
and
that
then
goes
go
off
deal with
somewhere
it.
again.
Because I don't think you want the rodent to decide that they're going to not listen to what you're doing because you never asked what it wanted to do.
Tibbin, what do you want to do?
Investigate, discover, find, cultivate.
Cultivate?
Yeah, you didn't think to ask the rodent what its real purposes were you? And just kind of puts his hands behind his back and just enjoys the life.
My purpose is to survive and to live.
Hey, Pippin, can you say exterminate?
Exterminate, eliminate.
Right then, right to the trailer, please. Let's move on before someone else tries to take a photo of the rat or something else happens.
Something else is gonna happen regardless. But yeah, let's follow you.
I make no trouble. I am innocent.
You know what? I'm gonna
You're as innocent
just
as I am quiet.
Hey, hold it. Are
Wow.
you fine if I'm gonna be keeping an eye on the rat?
Accuse me?
I don't accuse you. You've already caused trouble in the last few moments I've known you.
I have made no commitment to the murder.
You ate a piece of photograph.
It was stealing my fragment of a soul.
Did it at
That's
least
not
taste
how
good?
it works.
Look. Even if that's the case, how is eating your soul put it back in your body properly? Doesn't that chew it up even more and spread it into more pieces?
No, digestion puts it into the mineral and resources of the, what was that made out
What's
of?
the form of your soul? What does your soul look like? Can you give me details? I'm an alchemist. I need to know more about this. You know so much. I need to know more.
Like poxeral pus festering upon the wounds of the world.
And while he's asking these questions, he's just waiting to start moving because he's
Yeah,
Leona is like trying to hustle people along. Like she's like pushing Bibbin along as she is describing what a soul looks like.
It was described to me by Jeremy, including other people's souls. For example, when I was sleeping last night, Jeremy was explaining to me that Leona was kind of golden looking. And Norvin was blue.
Good information. Keep
I
talking.
know, I know that's not what you said, but I heard Leona is kind of COVID looking.
Wow.
Golden looking.
Hey man, don't mention that one, because I might just get banned for it.
Oh yeah, shoot, right, yeah.
And
We are
and-
not,
Oh yeah. Disclaimer: we are not medical experts. We are just making a dumb joke.
Over God's sake.
This is going on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
As I was about to say, and YouTube is very particular.
You can say COVID. You can say that. That's actually a thing. You don't say
Okay,
it
we're allowed. We're allowed
like
to
an
say that.
asshole.
Gotcha. All right.
And this one pointing over, go. So is fluttering. It flutter, but it is very loud when it want to be not fluttering. And yours, I'd.
That was cold. she just has a name in it, and her voice immediately drops 5 octaves.
Yours.
is
Tina,
like
what
that
color
of
is
a
that?
burning
Oh,
candle, but
actually.
instead of candle, it is entire forest burning slowly, slowly. It uncomfortable for
Okay.
Jeremy to look at for a long time. It actually hurt eyes. If
So
you
what
don't
you're
wait.
telling me is your familiar is able to register auras.
No, Jeremy just likes to make things up.
Good. Good. You know what that means, Stibbin? Stibbin, you know what that means? You ate the photograph for funsies, didn't you?
Perhaps.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it this whole time, motherfucker.
Camera
Ah,
technology is a very simple solution, but any case, to find guards must make noise.
Yes, I suppose that worked to call the guards.
I
See,
suppose it worked with all the guards. It worked.
plan
Did it
work.
Go
hurt
to
your
the
eyes?
trailer.
Nami is looking very, very concerned. There are normal people in this group, right?
I wish.
Probably.
That guard over there is. He's pointing over it.
Hey, I consider myself to be rather normal.
You,
Wow, sorry for my haircut.
I didn't mean you, Hinoko-chan. You are very nice. Pat, pat, pat.
you dare actualize, accuse me of not being normal? Thibin is very normal.
She's
No.
another team photographer walks past her.
Quiet you. It took me 1 year to find location. It was very frivolous and also does not help being haunted constantly.
Right, focusing on the moment, and we seem to be approaching the Ridian trailer. Let us try to maintain an aura of professionality, or at least the illusion of it, in front of the
Okay.
sergeant.
Yes. Standing up straight now.
I'll be completely professional.
Kick down the door, shouts immediately.
Leona will breathe.
I'm not
Just,
too.
inhale. Exhale,
Shut up, Goose.
Inhale,
I'm not too.
exhale,
I'm not too professional.
and just head over to looking for the trailer, try and find this sergeant fellow.
He is. He's
I was going to look around too. That's his thing, right?
That is his thing. I don't believe you have ever had a reason to come over to this to this half of the trailer, but obviously it is adorned in the white, black, and aqua colors that you have come to recognize as part of Iridia's thing. And outside is a city watchman dressed in the usual policeman's colors and with a very tall red feather sticking out of his helmet.
Sergeant? Sergeant? May I have a moment of your time, please?
Of course. Anything for House Miranda? What seems to be the problem?
I'm looking as my father's representative and general, shall we say, observer for the showcase. I'm looking into the incident that occurred involving Teru Nakagami and Ridia's head engineer.
I see. Well, Mr. Nakagami is under house arrest. He's in his trailer right now, and
I've heard.
he's been he's been cooperative, but needless to say, yeah, things have been stressful.
Would you mind telling me why you believe Nakagami to be the perpetrator?
Location of the body to start with. It was found. It was found. It was found behind the. It was found behind the Ridian garage, and then there was a few more bits of circumstantial evidence. We found. We found one. We have a statement from one of our mechanic. We have a blah. We have a statement from one of your mechanics, madam. His name. His name is Jacques Vignales, and he apparently got wind of some noise being made from behind the Ridian garage door when it was closed later that night.
I see.
And then we also have something in evidence lockup. I can't get it right now, but it was Terry's helmet. We found some blood and hair on it.
I see.
Wasn't he in an accident?
Who's this?
This is Ide. He's one of the engineers for Marinhof as well. He's assisting me using his alchemical skills.
Yeah, you don't have to give me an introduction like you give yourself an introduction. Hi. But wasn't he in an accident just yesterday? Shouldn't it also have damage to the helmet, regardless?
Enough to put blood and hair on the outside of it.
Was it his hair, or do you have any evidence on that? Did you actually check?
We're running analysis on it now, but we are pretty certain it is the victim's hair.
Well, you seem to have circumstantial evidence, so it's good that you locked him up just in case. I understand that. Now I'll let other people ask questions. He starts pointing at the others.
Right.
Glares at Leona.
Right then. Well, I mean, it's not. I don't. I forget if truth-telling magic is admissible within a court of law, but I can certainly use that to get a statement from Teru, if you'll act as a witness, Sergeant.
It can be resisted.
It can, but the particular spell I make use of is it has a visual cue, shall we say. So it's easier to tell if they're under the effect of it.
Very well then. I think we can make that work.
Right.
Also, don't I remember him like leaving his helmet in the car or something? Like he took it off? Or is that something else?
Well, you got to think. Whenever we last saw him, it would actually be more like a while. During this event, we were elsewhere.
Yeah.
No, we were watching the race, the last race.
I know. I'm referring to the murder. We weren't there. We don't know where his helmet would have been at that point.
Yes, but it is worth pointing out that he did leave it in the beer.
I have inquiry question.
Yes, Simon?
Was there any other markings and or injuries on the body?
None that we can tell. Far as we can determine, cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head.
A helmet doesn't seem like the most peerless of blunt force weapons. Am I mistaken?
All due respect, Lady Miranda, I don't think you've ever tried one of those racing helmets on.
Those are very, very, very dangerous, and they really hurt. They're supposed to be on skull, madam.
Right.
They're designed to be virtually indestructible. After all, if you get into an accident and you still take brain damage, then really your helmet didn't do much of its job, did it?
I suppose not.
So if the helmet was used as the weapon of the murder weapon, well, we have to think about this. Well, anyone can grab a helmet. It doesn't necessarily have to be. So it's not necessarily counting him out. But it's circumstantial that it is his. So that's why they keep it.
Right. Okay. I see.
However, that doesn't point out that the murderer is still not at large and could easily grab a helmet. I mean, if they're willing to enter someone else's garage to kill someone, I'm pretty sure entering someone else's trailer or whatever to steal a helmet to cause, this isn't too far off base.
Look,
Now the question would be
Look,
if
whoever
Teru
that
is
look, all due respect, whoever the hell you are, I understand you got questions. I'm just repeating what I got briefed on. I have a meeting in about 10, 15 minutes. If we have more hard evidence, then we will definitely find it, and at that time I will present it unto you. I'm just echoing what I found at this meeting that happened at like 5 in the morning. Okay,
my apologies, Sergeant.
not you. Talking to the hothead behind you, my lady.
Wait. 5 a.m. in the morning?
Yes, I gotta get up early around here.
We're already up. It's past that time. She said she woke up at 8 a.m. whenever this all started.
Yes, I like to sleep in on Saturdays.
Then, second inquiry. When was body discovered?
That's a good question, Seven.
I ask because, last
Oh
time
yes, you said Mr. Vinyales heard noise behind the garage door. Did he have a time for when he heard the noise?
After the door. Was that? It was right around 8 or so, my lady. Everybody was starting to clean up and think about going home.
8
Nami,
p.m.
remind me, when did you last see Teru?
I dropped his dinner off at around 7 or 7:15.
7. Interesting. Seems that either Teru is the body or someone wants to frame Teru. That's my estimate of the situation, at least.
Thibbin at around 8. Jacques Vignales walked past the Ridian garage and heard noise coming from behind it.
Apologies. Noise at that time. So body was not discovered at 8 p.m., but, who did find body then?
You are very good at this, Dylan.
Numbers are very, very important for our race, unfortunately. Mathematics, if incorrectly calculated, could cause multiple deaths in or explosions. Sometimes in neither order.
I'm sorry, explosions?
I assume like railway accidents and the like.
Yes, that is one of those explosions.
Either way, as I understand it, one of the caterers came in earlier to prepare a breakfast for somebody. They walked in. They walked past the back of the Ridian garage. They saw someone's foot sticking out, and that was the end of it.
And when about did they find? And when about was this?
They come in early to make sure everything is ready. Crews tend to get up early because sorry, lost my words. Either way, the body was found right around 4:15ish in the morning.
4:15 a.m. Correct.
I'll let you. If we can just have a quick interview with Mr. Nakagami before the meeting, before your meeting, that would be excellent.
Provided you can vouch for everybody behind you.
Yeah.
Eyes just doesn't like that immediately and steps back a little bit. Y'all guys go in there. Have fun.
No, you can come hide. You.
No. When you have uncertainty, when you're going into something, I'm not entering.
It's not uncertainty because of you.
No, I'm. The uncertainty is regardless. You don't know 100% that you're okay with what you're doing. Don't do it, and that's my.
It's not that I.
I immediately bumps into Nami as he's backpedaling, and she raises an eyebrow. Aren't you an experimental engineer? I feel like that's entirely your job.
I know what I'm doing.
She's got a point.
I know exactly what I'm doing. I have to have at least an educated guess before I go about it, and I still have to have the confidence when I do it regardless. If it fails or if it succeeds, I still have to have the confidence when I enter it.
What happened to absolute certainty?
Well, I'm absolute certain that something's going to happen.
Nami, I believe it might be best for you to wait outside here.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Someone stay out with her if they would. Everyone else,
do it.
feel free to join us.
I'll do it. I'll stay out.
All right.
Considering I shall stay outside, I think.
Yes, that's probably a good idea, thank you. Right. So,
Navrin, Sergeant, Leona, and Thibin will go into the trailer to interview Haru Nakagami.
Before we go in, I do my little prayer and detect evil.
What exactly are you intending to find?
It is a cone that detects if there is evil. I'm looking around the room. If there's any evil, I know it's there.
You don't see any.
Okay.
Or detect any, for that matter.
All right.
Be silly not to check.
Give me one moment. All right. You lot file into Teru's trailer, and you see the driver set down on his bed. There's a small little magical anklet around him, and needless to say, he looks pretty damn tired.
Nakagami, I apologize, but I just have a few quick questions to ask you. Under under the effect of a truth-telling spell. This should help clear up any ambiguity over any role you might have played in the incident.
Good to see you too, Lady Miranda.
Sorry, our
How's Mama
meeting is.
doing?
Yes. We're on a bit of a time crunch at the moment. The sergeant has a meeting he has to attend to in a few minutes, and I want to get this done as soon as possible.
Understand. How's Nami doing?
She's holding up.
Sorry about all this.
We'll get this sorted out. Don't worry, Terry. Right then.
So Leona will cast Touch of Truth Telling. On Teru. So assuming he doesn't resist, or
Not that you're aware of. He does sneeze though.
yep, there's a slight flicker as the semblance of an Archon flickers over his form. Then it goes away. So for I actually forgot to put the duration of this spell. Touch of Truth Telling.
If he doesn't resist, the thing happens. If he does resist, then we know he'd resist.
1 minute per level. Cannot speak any deliberate or unintentional lie. Teru, did you kill your what the fuck is his name? Felix Giovanassi.
Never.
All right. When was the last time you saw your helmet?
I took it off when I undressed after FP2, and then I typically keep it in. I typically keep it in the garage, so that way I always know where it is when I need to get back in the car.
Do you have any idea why Felix would be behind the garage at that hour? At around 7 to 8-ish.
My car was damaged. All the engineers are all hands on deck when that happens.
Interesting. Can anyone else think of any questions to ask him?
You asked if he killed his chief engineer. If
That's
it's
correct.
some form of shape changer or something, he wouldn't have killed his chief engineer.
Yes, but don't shape changes revert to their normal form upon death?
All it would take is one form that doesn't.
Wait, are you saying you don't think the murder victim was actually the engineer?
I haven't seen the murder victim. It is a possibility that it would be silly not to look into,
I didn't even consider
at
that.
least while we're here.
That
Did you-
body was not here at time when we arrived, which means
Yes,
possibility.
now, did you kill anyone between? Have you? Yeah, did you kill anyone at the facility here?
No.
Right then. I
Fantastic.
believe that settles that line of inquiry.
I suppose the body could have been moved.
Uh,
Inquiry. Question.
yes, Stephen?
Have you slept?
Yeah, I fell asleep at around 10. and then woke up when I heard the guards banging on my door and telling me there's been an incident.
Do you recall the time when they were banging on door?
Honestly, no. It was pretty early in the morning, though.
Presumption
Sergeant?
after 5 a.m.
Sergeant, when did you send people to speak with Nakagami?
Meeting got out at around 5:30. We did a little bit of independent investigation, and that probably would have happened around 6 or so when we would have gotten to see Terror here.
I see. Thank you.
Thibin just had a very odd thought, and is trying to think on how to ask this question.
Not thought you say.
Do
Good talk.
you have any suspicions?
I have a third inquiry. Do you recall and or remember your body moving at all during your sleeping time?
I rolled over a couple times.
I ask because possibility of someone moving you around. But if you answer like that, then that means should not have happened.
Teru blinks. Is the question if I sleepwalk killed somebody?
I think what Fibin is proposing is that someone basically possessed you while you were sleeping and used your body to murder your chief engineer.
Out of character, that feels a little bit too magical.
It could certainly happen, but you'd need like a ghost or a demon or something like that. Or a mage far more powerful than anyone who's in Marinoff.
It's unlikely there is a ghost or demon in here.
In character, Norvin, you did detect evil in the trailer, and you know that demons and the like have a very, very bad habit of leaving residual evil around.
Yeah, it's very unlikely.
Good. Then nothing happened like that here. Yes. Good.
Right. Well, I mean, it's always good to rule out ghosts. Right. Thank you, Mr. Nakagami. I think that will be all for now, unless anyone has any last minute ideas.
Would it be worth it to ask if he's suspicious of anyone?
Good point. Mr. Nakagami, do you have any suspicions of a potential murderer?
No, my lady. Without sounding far-fetched.
Right then. Thank you. That'll be all.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if people thought I snapped, though.
Listen, I know people who get far more heated in their conversation than you do.
You don't.
And
You don't understand what it's like. You don't understand what it's like racing for Iridia, then.
Right.
This has much pressure on you. Yes.
Gold, pay attention to the chat, please. Not gold, red.
I was about to say.
Colors.
I'm like, I'm not the DM. That's none of my business.
That's not, I think you're the DM. That's colors. Names.
Fair enough.
Hey, I'm not a caller.
Well, hold on a minute. Now I got two conversations happening at once.
Wahahaha.
I think we're just about finished here, though.
Yeah.
Leona
Well,
will.
hold on. Because I got to answer this, and then I got to elaborate on what Terry was saying.
Right.
Nami is about to relay the story that Terry was about to tell everyone inside the trailer. I wasn't always racing for Rydia. I actually got dialed up as a replacement for one of their original drivers. His name was Marco Rose. When they signed Eddie Benyaya, they pretty much turned him into the Golden Boy. Eddie was the front man. He was their special kid. He was literally everything, and he took Rydia to the top. Rydia gave him an excellent car, and he drove the hell out of it. And he kept winning title after title after title after title for him. And Marco eventually just became his backup singer, essentially. And about 4 years ago, people just thought he had enough. First race of that season, Marco started on pole, and Eddie was behind him. On the opening lap, they decide to come down the back straight, and nobody really knows what happened. Eddie decided to start attacking. Marco covered him off. The two touched, and they crashed, and they were both out of the race on the opening lap. And nobody really thought of that as an incident. Depending on who you ask, either Marco was ignoring team orders or Eddie just felt like he needed to be up front. And that attitude just kind of bred, I suppose. Marco would end up winning the title that year over Eddie. And even though Rydia would still win the team championship, a couple weeks later, after the Old City Grand Prix, Marco retired. He just left the sport entirely. And nobody really knows why. Nobody knows if he got told to exit. Nobody knows if he just got tired of everything. Either way, he just vanished. And that's when they rang me up. I don't really hold anything against Eddie, but I understand why people might think this is happening again.
I see.
Interesting. Because this is relayed to me as well, too, in a different way.
Yeah, pretty much.
I figure the way you're doing it is both of them are saying essentially the same exact sentence. That I'm understanding.
Yeah, that's what I understood.
Obviously, the pronouns mixed up, so that way you don't have Nami talking about this firsthand experience. But
yeah,
Right.
but the general gist of it is the same.
Yeah.
The statement.
We get what you're getting at.
people, yeah, that's pretty much it. Marco got tired of constantly being number two, and he wanted his time in the spotlight. and that manifested in a whole bunch of incidents over that last season. Now, I guess it's my turn, huh?
Hmm.
That is concerning.
Well, he's still under the effect of the truth telling spell, so we know that was all. No, he doesn't harbor any ill will toward Wagner. So. Right. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Nakagami. We'll get to the bottom.
Yeah. You guys know where to find me.
That we do.
And Leona will end the spell and exit the trail.
So this proves that Nakayami is least likely culprit.
It does.
The truth-telling spell does certainly help.
He didn't
Help his
seem to
case.
be doing. He didn't seem to be doing any sort of dancing around questions.
No, it certainly helps his case. That's why I wanted the sergeant there as well to act.
Yeah.
Anyways, how are all you lot doing?
This is said to I and Hinoko and Nami.
I
Wait a
believe
moment.
he got a call. I believe from George.
Destroy the child.
Nami leans against the trailer, her hands in her pockets. What'd he tell you?
He told us he didn't do it. And he was I put him under the effect of a truth-telling spell, so that certainly should help his case.
And Norvin.
Whoops.
Fantastic.
Accidentally pressed the wrong button.
Well, session's over. Good job, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Sorry about that. Was cleaning my screen. I accidentally hit a button.
Leona's head just she just slowly rotates to face Vivian and just like looks at her.
Bang!
Equal parts horrified and impressed that such
Didn't happen.
flatulence can emit from
Not
such
a
a
thing.
small.
Rewind.
Not me.
Rewind.
Rewind.
It was an accidental sound effect.
You see Teru slide one of the windows on the trailer shut.
Accidental sound effects don't count.
It's sounding like it is gonna get infected.
Feel a sickened.
As you were saying.
And Norvin also. What did you use?
I made sure that there weren't any demons, possessions, and so on. There were not.
Oh, good. No evil detected. Yeah, good.
Right then. So we have to figure out.
But
believe the correct thing to do would be talk with Mr. Vinales, as he's one of Marenhoff's,
Mechanics, right?
Yeah.
one of Marenhoff's mechanics. We should head there next.
If
If
all
we
he
can-
did was hear noises at a certain time, didn't go to investigate or anything, just knows something was happening.
Still, what he heard might be relevant.
I also have a inquisitive question.
Yes, Seven?
Wouldn't examining the body also would advance our investigation?
Yes, but the
Or
good.
possibly the scene.
Yes, but the good sergeant here has a meeting he has to get to in a few minutes. Once he's done with that, we can reconvene with him and see about gaining access to the body.
Ah,
In the meantime, I propose that we interview Mr. Vinales and, like you suggested, look into the scene of the murder.
hopefully it is not cleaned yet. If it is done beforehand, then we are in trouble.
I'm fairly confident our
If
guards.
it's been cleaned, they're doing something wrong.
Yeah. If it's been cleaned, I'm going to demand that my father fire some people.
If it's been cleaned, clearly it's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Right then. Once I player gets back, I guess we'll go and do the thing.
The thing.
The
The
thing.
thing.
I just
You know,
went back
might
to
be-
work.
Good news, everyone. I found some Cheez-Its.
Yay,
Hey!
Cheez-Its!
Ooh! A loud crunchy noise. I too have loud crunchy noise food.
Oh, how lovely for you. You guys got to have lunch.
I haven't eaten either.
I only have
If
Dog
I'm
wrap and
sniffing correctly, I think we haven't started cooking yet, but I might be incorrect.
I only have coffee.
All right, you know that's a good idea. Little lunch break. I'm gonna grab. Brad, I suggest you do the same.
I am going to make me a chicken sandwich.
You do
Damn.
that.
Brother's gonna check on cooking.
I'm gonna get some.
Yep. Yep. Let us reconvene at the top of the hour if everyone is still there.
Top of the hour. All right. I'll
beforehand.
put down the message for Best to look at. About half an hour, was it? That gives me a good chance to work on the other thing. Oh God, my legs!
The other thing.
Feel the blood flow.
So I'm not sure if we're still recording.
Yes, we are. I'm just putting it on an intermission screen, because reasons.
Uh.
And I'm trying to get my character image in there for reasons, because there's a special extra screen there. And it's kind of annoying to have an empty black screen. If I could, I would put all our characters in there, but I only have my own.
There's art of everyone.
Hmm?
There's at least one piece of art of everyone.
Yeah, but I don't have them downloaded.
I'll grab it.
Don't remember if we had them somewhere available in reach. I might just grab the party image and put that in
Hello.
there.
Here,
Ah,
part of
you're
everyone.
back.
Here's
Everybody's
part of
Sorry,
everyone for you.
I was asked questions.
We are taking a break for food and stuff.
Okay, good. Good. Means I can eat food.
Nobody saw that. I'm sure they probably saw that. That's on the
Saw what?
recording now. My folder of collected images, which may or may not be safe for work.
Well, there's curse words a lot in this, and we're not bleeping them out, so you might want to mark it as a.
I feel like that's actually against the rules. Not just like, oh, they don't like it's actually not a thing you're allowed to do.
That one. Save that there. Yes. Go away. Okay. Now add a image.
I do have a question because I never thought to ask it until I looked at my character sheet a little bit closer.
Ask.
Languages?
Languages. Okay, what race are you?
A freak.
Free?
Fair enough.
That's free.
So I thought that it was this one over here talking about fire. Ingen, Inaga, and whatever. Tongue of fire.
Ifrit race. Languages. You get common, Ignan, and what's your intelligence? There's a big list of stuff you can pick from.
+3.
Then you can pick 3 from this list, as well as having the regular 2 to start with.
So, Ingnan, common, and
If you put points in linguistics, you can pick from the big list of all of them.
what was the third one?
Common, Ignan, and then you can pick 3 from the list that I posted.
Okay.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
I was curious about that because it started like knows a language he has to speak.
Oh, that's probably a good idea for me to kind of look into too, because Thibin knows quite a few languages.
Th-
I can totally. Oh crap! I can totally imagine Wild just having a stroke right now because he seems to be the only one that cares about this.
Languages?
Hold on a moment. I made a mess.
Okay.
Oh no!
While
Your
you're
character sheet isn't finished.
Ah,
Hey,
while
at least
you're
I
working
got
on
3
this.
languages.
Oh, you have 3 common languages, then you have 3. Then the rest is based on your intelligence, or I did look at it, and I think I did it correctly, but I just wanted to make sure.
You have whatever languages it says you have on as part of your race.
Which is just
And then as part of your intelligence, there is a list of other languages that you get to try and speak. And if you put points in linguistics, instead you can pick from the big list of every language.
I start with 2 languages, and because of my intelligence score, I got 1 extra. As
I
said.
start with 1 language, and with my intelligence score, I have 0 extra.
Like most of my day after this game is just going to be me doing laundry.
punched along.
Nope, I have 1 extra. I have Celestial.
Ooh! That means you have at least 12 intelligence.
12 exactly. Odd numbers are bad.
Agreed.
I have
speak
an 11
common.
in strength because I had an extra point.
Hey, I know that one.
I speak common, and with my intelligence, which is a +5, I
Just
speak.
5.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That means he has
Uh,
20 intelligence.
Yeah,
You maxed out your intelligence.
yeah.
Well,
She's
yeah, wizard.
she's smart.
Considering it's a
Undercommon
rat, no weight, no strength.
You say I had no strength, so yeah. Undercommon, dwarven, aclo, draconic, and goblin.
You didn't put points in linguistics, right?
No, none.
Okay.
They actually have a list that they can choose from, which is
Yeah, every race has their own list.
okay.
I start with common and sylvan and can choose any human language, Aclo, Celestial, Elfin, Gnome, and Tengu.
Tungu. Aclo, draconic, dwarven, knoll,
Thank you, that's what I'm saying.
gnome, goblin, halfling, orc, and undercommon. Undercommon made a lot of sense to me because of well, where the rat folk live.
Yeah.
As a human, I can pick between any language.
Yay.
I don't need linguistics, except I do because I don't have intelligence.
I heard someone scream. Did someone die?
Who's
I,
dying?
Are we all back?
Okay.
Are we all back?
I believe so.
It's not the top of the hour, so we can't start.
Ah, man.
Damn.
That means I can go get my food that I forgot to go get. Shit.
No.
We left to go get food. How did you forget to go get food?
I went to the bathroom, and then I looked around in the kitchen and realized I don't have anything I can really prep quickly enough. And then I remembered there's chips.
Go get the crispy stuff. That crackles a
So,
lot.
for you guys, keep it in mind. This is normal behavior.
It's normal behavior for a skull. Wait. That
Yeah, don't ask
sounds odd.
Accept it. Accept it. Move on.
Normal behavior for a skull. Oh, I love that. But I just saw that joke you made now. When Jensen brought water and straw for Nami, the straw.
Needless to say, I am getting very lazy with some of the with some of the character names in this story, but
Yeah, well, you have to think of I don't know how many names, so where's the name generator?
I'm not even using a name generator. I'm just looking through my script and realize realize that the names of the people I'm making, there are like no fewer than like 35 actual real life motorsport references.
That's brilliant.
And you know none of us do it because we don't already know who the murderer is.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
much.
Sandwich.
I had some quick microwave mac and cheese myself, and the cat is insistent upon licking the bowl. There's no more left. You can have it, girl.
I had 3 hot dogs in buns that were heated.
Yay.
Delicious.
Am I the only one who's okay with eating at the computer?
No.
I ate at the computer.
Constantly.
I just didn't have a lot of food.
Oh yeah.
So what?
I
Also,
deep throated those hot dogs.
So what I typically do for Formula One race weekends is I try to go ethnic. I try to enjoy whatever types of foods most people enjoy in the country where they're racing. This weekend we're in Australia. The problem is I don't know how to actually cook Australian food, and I don't really know how to do shrimp on the Barbie. We don't have a Barbie outside of anywhere near my apartment. So I just grabbed a 40 of Foster's and called it a day.
So now we're all back then? Go?
No, I'm not back.
Ah, come on.
Raise your
I
hand
am an
if you're not
optical
here.
illusion brought on by stress.
Crimes.
Crimes.
Less
Crimes?
crime. Innocence.
Crimes, says the
And
person
punishment.
playing a paladin.
Murder.
Fire is bad.
Fire.
Oh, it seems like I can actually account for that one.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
That's nice.
Yes. I mean,
Or-
as long as I doesn't get angry enough, I mean, you can prevent forest fires.
Hmm.
Pretty dangerous
Oh,
that he's
yeah.
an alchemist going around in a forest.
Yes, it is.
One mix up of burning hands and everything's fucked.
I'm gonna be here. I'm just gonna myself mute for a little bit because these chips are fucking loud.
Gotcha.
Hey, on a side note, Gold, were you gonna make a fire effect on my hand, or?
Oh yes, I do need to do that. In fact, honestly, while I am getting my art equipment out, I still have to do the fucking background. What do you all ideas? I feel like we discussed this at one point.
Make cars. Cars go vroom.
Cars go vroom in background.
Yeah,
Thank-
cars go vroom in background.
Yeah, I guess that is a logical
I mean,
background
that's kind of
considering.
what the entire thing is centering around. Cars go vroom.
Yes.
Okay. Fire. Let's start with the fire effect on Enoples.
I mean, you don't have to do it right now. We are
No, I
technically
mean,
in
I
the game.
figure I might as well before. Well, you know, let's get a basic background block.
Right
talking about?
now. Gold's doing
We
art.
believe in you. And all that you do.
Man. I'm
Now-
gonna get up.
Dream.
Are we actually gonna
Yeah,
wait till
very-
top of the hour, or are we just gonna start playing?
I was joking.
Now that Skull's back.
I'm,
He's
ready,
just
I'm
made
ready
it.
to begin whenever we are. I'm just killing some time by doing a little bit of art.
You should be careful when you make jokes like within the hour because people take it quite seriously.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about food.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to begin whenever you lot are, and probably also when Skull unmutes himself. I'm assuming he's AFK.
No,
I'm here. I'm just
You're just
eating my
eating
food.
chip.
It's loud. Like, let me just take a bite and just see. You see what I mean?
I'm okay with that.
That is loud.
That's fine. It sounds like your character is eating something while everybody's having trouble. Maybe all
Your
those
characters eating
that were
something mid-murder mystery.
Hey,
Man.
for a rat person, not very not very surprising.
I mean, literally, Thibin was eating a photograph.
and there's 100 photographs now.
That is
And
the
she
world's
brought her soul back.
that is the world's crispiest photograph.
I mean, it's made of magic. It's not normal, so you know.
Could be crispy.
That's true. Actually, it could be.
Could be a little hot from that camera there, especially with that flash that literally blinded Thibin.
She doesn't actually have sunlight sensitivity, but point blank flash, yeah, that hurts.
When I was a kid in the early 2000s, I was super big into baseball. My team of choice was the Boston Red Sox. One of their outfielders, I kid you not, this was his name, Coco Crisp.
Wow.
And
My
you
cat
think,
refused.
and you think my name is bad? Wild.
I think your name is uncreative.
Leona Antos Miranda doesn't sound like a breakfast cereal.
Not that name.
No, my actual name.
Hey,
From the Harry
at
Potter
least your
name for-
math teacher isn't called Graveyard.
Yeah, back from the Harry Potter named his children terribly discussion.
He literally named them almost exactly how I'm named. Wild.
And your name is uncreative.
Doesn't mean it's terrible.
On a very random note, my place has a few groundhogs that live around here. And we're trying to get rid of them.
Yay!
Oh.
And the reason why I say a few is because one of the ones that's been living here pretty recently literally beat the shit out of the other one. I heard it underneath our deck, and I just hear just thumping and thudding and see them running after each other.
Huh.
They're fighting? Groundhog fights?
It's territorial reasons.
Ah.
I think it's a groundhog. It looks exactly like one. It's really dark furred.
That felt really weird. Apparently, I touched the volume button of my headset and everything suddenly went really quiet. So I was like, wait, did my computer just fuck up?
Alright.
But no,
Anyway.
bullshit me.
How
Brett,
is everyone
question
doing?
before we
Are you
start
all-
again, because you did mention Leona not having a timepiece and all that. How much would a pocket watch cost? Because there's no actual pocket watch item in Pathfinder. They have an hourglass.
You
It's
might be able to
25
take that.
gold for a 1 hour hourglass. But
Let's think here. Do you want a normal one? Do you want a fancy one? Do you want an italic fancy one? Do you want a bold italic fancy one? Bold italicized underlined fancy one? Bold italicized cursive fancy?
I think we'll just go for a fancy one. Maybe maybe an italic fancy, but just a regular fancy for starters.
There's a 4,000 gold piece magic item which keeps accurate time for the next 10 days. You have to wind it for 10 minutes. But it
4,000
accurately keeps time even when you're on another plane that has weird time shenanigans.
That's a little more than what I need.
But you need a timepiece.
I mean, I don't need a timepiece that keeps time through the dimension.
So
Why
if
wouldn't
you
you
take
want
a
a timepiece that
So,
lets
if you
go
take
through
the
big-
home, if you take the homebound timepiece to a plane where 1 day is equal to 1 round on the material plane, the timepiece slows down enough to function for like 40 years.
Yeah, to tune to your home plane or whatever. But my
No,
point
it's
is,
only the material. It's only the material plane. It doesn't
Yeah,
work on
but-
any other plane.
right, I get it. My point being, I don't think Leona would have or need a timepiece that can keep time through interdimensional travel. Considering the most powerful magic she can weave is a yoink. That is her most powerful spell, the Almighty Yoink. I'm not even joking.
The almighty
But
yoink.
it's cool.
Yeah, it's also 4,000 gold.
But it's cool.
That's literally more than the entire building I've for the American Half Special Diplomatic Service.
Unfortunately, that's magical, so I can't make it.
What'd be fair to you? What'd be fair to you, Goldie? 10, 25, what?
Say at least 50 gold sound good for a fancy timepiece?
Yeah, sure. Unfortunately, I really do suck at pricing stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like super important. It doesn't have a great impact on the game. So really, you can just make whatever.
If Thibin had the resources,
50
Thibin
gold
might make
piece
it.
pocket watch.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd figure with everyone knowing what time it is, there's got to be some kind of timepiece nearby. Saying.
I'm pretty sure Leona dumped wisdom is the thing.
Yeah, Leona definitely dumped wisdom. Is it optimal? No. Does it make her funny? Yes.
Remember how she met Thibin?
Yes, I remember. I remember it all clearly.
I remember like it was yesterday. You ran me over in a carriage.
Math with malicious intent.
Scribbled down notes with malicious intent.
Okay. Right then. So are we getting back into it?
No.
I'm ready whenever you lot are.
Oh, I already switched recording back to screen. I thought we were already starting.
All right, we're starting then. We are starting. Okay. Right. So we wanted to go interview that fellow. All right. So yeah. So Leona just came out of the carriage, and she turns to Nami, I, and Hinoko.
Well, that was productive to some degree. Thank you for your help, Sergeant. I hope your meeting goes well. We'll check back with you in a bit, to see about, having a look at the body.
I'll see what else the detective's turned up as well in the meantime, my lady. If you'll excuse me, and he dismisses himself.
Right.
Right then, the rest of you, we've found that Teru, under the effects of a truth-telling spell, said he did not kill, the engineer, nor did he, in fact, kill anyone in the area, in case there might have been some shape-changing nonsense involved. Northern did not detect any possessions, lingering malicious magical presences like a demon or a ghost might wield, so that's out.
A dominate person spell would do it, but that's high enough powered magic that we can't really deal with it, can we?
I at this point is just blinking at this entire statement. What they discovered, just blinking.
Is there something wrong, I?
Just keep going. I just want to know how much irritation I should have after you're done.
Right. Well, beyond that, Teru told us about how some past trouble on the Viridian team.
Yeah, Nami told us the same thing.
Oh, you caught them up. Okay.
You probably could have asked Nami the exact question you probably asked him.
There was also a 9-hour leeway coordination of possibility of murder.
Yes. Teru was last seen by you, Nami, at 7:15-ish, where you dropped off his dinner. And at 6 o'clock, the guards took him into custody. So we know, therefore, that something happened between those hours. The caterer found the body at 4:15. I apologize.
So
4:15.
4:15.
Yes. And one of your coworkers, Jacques Vignales, said he heard noise behind the garage door at around 8 o'clock.
How well would I know about this individual? Where is his division? Where does he work? What does he do?
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that is a good question. What would I know about
His own coworker.
Jack Vignales?
He is one of the Marin Half Pick crew. He is specifically your front jackman.
Okay. So what do you know? This guy is known for paying attention and not at all exhausted, making facts a little bit over exaggerated, or good with time, anything like that. Anything that I would have noticed in his anger and frustration dealing with any human being or anything.
Dealing with literally anyone.
As far as you as far as you know, he might just be wearing earplugs the entire time he's anywhere near you. Because the dude always has his helmet on. You never know when something awful might happen in the pit lane.
Right, so he doesn't know enough information to actually work on that, right?
All right.
Except for he always wears a helmet. He always wears a helmet.
We also know what he does during pit stops as well. Either way, when he's not when pit crew members are not working on when they're not obviously doing pit stops or tire changes and whatnot, they're usually in the garage or routine car maintenance. Like it's their job to make sure it goes vroom essentially.
Okay. So, when did he say he heard? What was he doing?
All I know from what the gods told me was that he heard noise behind the garage door at around
Around what?
8 p.m.
Okay.
in
Yeah.
the garage. So I'm guessing he just assumed, oh, they had a crash. They're up late working on the car, making sure it's in working condition for tomorrow.
Well, noises happen inside garages. That's a common thing. But if it's a noise he didn't understand, that's cause for an alarm.
Yes. Well, I want to go speak with him. Once we've done that, then I think we can convince a sergeant to let us have a look at the body.
You think they're gonna have a meeting that fast? You think meetings last quickly?
I can hope.
Not
You
right.
are really
Not
rushing
right
this
this guy,
thing.
you can't.
But barring that, we'll probably look. But considering the reality of the situation, we'll probably have a poke around the area where the crime was committed. See if we can spot anything. Maybe some magic.
Always with magic with you people.
I mean, we don't have a lot of magic in Marenhof. It wouldn't surprise me if the guards haven't been able to sweep the area with even a detect spell.
I can do this.
I'm boss. Right then, let's go talk with Mr. Vinales.
I might also be able to check for magic. Just so you
Okay,
know.
let's go talk to Beignet.
Is that how you say the name?
No, that's just how I say the name.
Oh.
Vinales with one of those wacky waves over the N.
Right.
All right then. So yeah, we'll head down to the Marenhof garage.
Hey, Beignet!
He is outside. Practice 3 is currently underway, and as you guys enter the garage, you can see that the pit crew is outside, and Jacob Alfonso's car comes in. There are a bunch of people outside, and you will find that the pit stops in the Showcase of Nations are very, very, very fast. The car gets boosted up by a pair of jacks, one at the front and one at the back. And while 12 people take the old scrub tires off, put on a set of fresh ones, and set the car back down. And all that takes place in under 3 seconds.
Beignet.
We shouldn't hold up. We shouldn't interrupt while while he's working.
I know.
All 3 seconds.
Well, they go in the circle over and over again. They got to do this a few more times, don't they?
If I may make a very quick statement, if we do not do this investigation quickly, there is higher chance of individual who has caused murder to leave quicker.
They probably
Right.
are.
Well, if they wanted to, if the murderer wanted to flee, they had enough time to probably be out of the city by this point. Honestly.
Yes, but also magic dissipates over time quickly if not held in one area for an opportunity.
Oh,
That
that's
is
a
why
very good point.
that is why I am important about time frame. 9 hours passed in proximity.
Mates!
That means if we wait too long, even further time goes over.
Mates!
What did that magic guy do to you, Tibin? What did that magic guy do to you?
Unspeakable horrors.
I wasn't
people are getting called.
Mates! Mates, for the
Yes,
love of God!
Dad.
I wasn't
What?
talking because there was a chip in my mouth. They are doing what is called a practice pit stop. For example, they took the scrubs off. They put on Leona. You can actually roll knowledge.
Local?
Leona, you can do no local, and you could probably do no engineering. Do you have ranks in that?
Engineering, yeah.
I have ranks
No,
in
I don't.
local.
No, I don't. Well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I got 4 in engineering. Because you told me I'm doing engineering stuff, so yeah.
Yeah.
I have
This is very clearly a practice pit stop, as you can tell that the tires that are going onto this car are what you guys call intermediate compound tires, which are only really used if there is water on the track and it is a bright sunshiny day outside.
Right then. You make a compelling argument, Sibin, but since we're here, let's just ask Vinyalis a few questions, and then we can head to behind the Ridian garage and run a few sweeps for magic.
Hey, Beignet! You done?
I don't think he knows you're talking to him. Excuse me, Mr. Vinyalis, a word?
The crew hops Jacob's car onto a little dolly, and they wheel it back into the garage. And Jacques flips up the visor on his helmet and approaches you. Let's see, what's the problem?
I just wanted to ask you a few questions about the incident. Regarding what you might have heard at the Ridian garage last night.
I'm not in trouble, am I? And he starts
No.
and he starts taking his gloves off, like that one Aristocats guy who goes ta ra ra boom da.
No, not at all. You're not in trouble. I'm just investigating the incident, and the guard mentioned.
We are investigating. We are investigating.
Yes. Sorry.
Says the one that
we-
didn't want to be any part of this.
We are investigating the incident, and the sergeant mentioned to me that you heard some noise behind the Ridian garage at around 8 last night. I just wanted to ask you if it was anything distinct or just what it might have been, trying to get to the bottom of this situation.
Mostly just drills and machine work. I found it kind of strange though.
Why did you find it strange?
Well, it's the regulations, right?
If
Right.
you want, there is a limit on the number of times mechanics are allowed to work on a car over the course of any given weekend. You can only break what we call curfew so many times in any given season before the stewards start issuing penalties for that sort of stuff. So
Right.
curfew for this time around 7 p.m. Meaning that there was something going on in the Ridian garage, it would have been happening after curfew. And remember, you can only do that so many times.
Interesting. I'd Vinales, you were as professional race engineers and pit crew and all that. Would you say the damage that was done to the Ridian car would have needed to be worked on overnight to have broken curfew, as it were, to be repaired?
I can tell you without looking at it. I know the suspension was gone, and the brake duct would probably need to be fixed. If the gearbox got shot as well, then maybe you would need to take some time replacing that as well. But it didn't look like it was the worst.
Hmm. Well, we're going to be heading over to the Ridian garage anyways. We can ask their engineer. Thank you, Mr. Vinales.
Not sure, not sure how useful that was, ma'am. But let me know if I can do anything else.
That I will. Have a
Give
nice
me a
day.
second.
Yes.
And
Have a good day. Yeah.
And then he turns and notices his eyes there, and he goes and he turns and he goes and you stop calling me that. You know what my goddamn name is.
Yeah, I know, but whatever you say, Beignet. Look, we're co-workers. If I don't make fun of him, he'll make fun of me. That's how we would do these things.
You know,
Vinyales is at least 10 years older than you.
Exactly. Age is. Look, I work at a job currently that a person that is like 10 years younger than me is my boss. So age does absolutely mean nothing now.
Espargaro is in his 50s.
And
So
age,
I have I have absolutely no idea what your point is.
I don't know what points are.
I have
Right
been
then.
given pizza.
Hooray!
Pizza.
Hooray! All right. Yeah. So Leona will. I guess we'll head back to the Ridian garage for Fibbin to do a magical sweep and for us to chat with the engineers.
As
As they walk.
in your opinion, would they have needed it? You saw the crash, right?
Nah, I was too busy brewing his drink.
Yeah. You know, fair enough. I can't argue that point.
But I'm not talking for him at all.
All I know is whenever a wreck happens, if it's in a situation in which it could cause the car to have you before the race, it makes sense that they would spend a little extra time on it. However, the sound could have been a cover up to the actual murder so that he wouldn't actually hear the sound of, him being hurt, which means there might be multiple accomplices into this action. He just blinks after saying that and keeps walking forward.
Compelling points. Right then.
So yeah, we'll head over to the Ridian garage, and I guess Fibbin is immediately going to detect magic and be sniffing around behind the place.
If we're going behind the garage, I will detect evil. I assume nothing, but worth checking.
What is your bodyguard doing?
My
bodyguard is a paladin of the Order of Saint Evis. As a paladin, he has the ability to detect malicious presence.
Oh, so I can detect you, hothead?
I don't think I'd malicious enough.
It sounds
That
malicious.
a little bit.
Wild, how long does the detect evil go for again?
Besides,
It goes for 40 minutes at our level. Yeah.
I
Concentration.
say, you could save yourself the spell slot. This happens in.
It's not a spell slot. It's an at-will ability.
Oh, well, never fucking mind then.
I can just do it.
That's pretty good, actually.
paladins get the power to just at will tell us something's evil. It's pretty great.
It's like you're evil, you're evil, you're evil, and guess what? You're evil, and you, I don't really know, but I'll say you're evil.
Why don't
I
they
do
do
have to. I do have to concentrate on it, so it's not something I want to do mid combat.
But anyways, Hidoko, I is a he's an Ifrit. He's planar blooded, fire element, not demons or anything.
Yes, but if he's detecting malicious intent, that doesn't necessarily. That's a broad spectrum, isn't it?
I was paraphrasing. No, it detects.
It detects things like undead and demons and clerics of that sort of creature.
Oh God.
No offense, Mr. Leona, but I'm well aware that he's not actually a demon or anything.
Right. No.
I also would like to take 20 on like searching around the thing, just if they missed anything, to get 27 total.
You know, take 20 takes a lot of. You know, take 20 takes a lot of time, right?
We aren't in any hurry. In fact, we actively have to wait, probably because of the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Pobs.
Time doesn't really matter.
All right. Well, Northern is snooping about the area. Leona will go and speak with the Iridian engineers, and
Could you just come with me and if say anything that doesn't make sense, doesn't add up, let me know.
Okay. Usually
Thank
do
you.
that anyway.
That's what I you know, honestly, I probably didn't even have to tell you that. A good point. I could have just brought you along and it would have worked out.
right. So yeah, Leona will approach. Are there any engineers in the Iridian garage, or is it like deserted?
Why would it be deserted? There are people just there.
All right. Actually, no. I'm dumb. I forgot. Never mind.
Right. Excuse me. I'm just looking into a few and the incident that happened, and just have a few questions involving what the work that was done on your car last night.
1 minute. There's a lot of because there's a lot of things here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ivan is detecting magic, poison. What next?
Oh,
Also,
if Thibin wants to, he could make a DC 10 perception check to raise my perception check up to 29 total.
I can do that?
With the aid another action, DC 10 to do whatever it is you're trying to aid, you get a +2 bonus. And I did check, and it does work on skill checks. It's mostly for attack rolls, but it does say it works on skill checks too.
So I have to pass over a 10.
Okay.
Good job, Devin.
You don't penalize me or anything, so
Maybe Jeremy can help.
Yeah, Jeremy can do aid.
Jeremy could aid another.
They've been looking at her hands.
Meanwhile, the insect
Thibin gets
is being
distracted
used.
by random garbage. It might be explosive.
Thibin, you realize you need to clip your nails.
Oh, no. These are for self-defense.
He detects evil, magic, poison, just everything at once with perception. Do you have any other divinations?
Um,
Can we just flat out ask the gods who killed this person? Just while we're at it.
I guess something just occurred to me. Detect evil. Can it detect undead?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Detect evil, specifically detect aligned creatures of 5 hit dice or above, undead of any amount of hit dice, as well as outsiders of any amount of hit dice,
can it detect?
clerics and paladins and similar creatures of at least 1 hit die. I think there are things with half hit dice or whatever, as well as powerful enough aligned magic items or spells.
Okay, but it cannot
Although-
detect neutral or good undead.
Specifically, no, it detects all undead.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Um,
apparently, all undead are considered evil.
They
quick
are.
magic.
Nope, specifically aligned undead. Never mind. It only detects evil undead.
Okay.
Can there be non-evil undead?
Probably. You could probably have like a chaotic neutral lich or something.
That's
Well-
that's probably believable.
Well, Thibba doesn't have the spell prepared. I don't think it can be ritual casted either.
Ritual casting's not a thing in this game. What you can do is you can leave your spell slots open and then spend time to prepare them on the fly.
You
I
want to
guess
use
that
read
doesn't-
magic? I don't think that's very useful in this situation, but
Read magic doesn't do anything. We need to have found magic to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, I don't think I've actually discovered except for the stuff that was already in there beforehand. Correct?
Anyway, so
You see the halfling in that damnable magic box he's carrying around again.
After that, and concluding that there is no magical residue that she can find, she then does detect poison. I assume that the fuel that's inside of one of the vehicles is considered as poison because drinking that will clearly kill you.
I assume some of the garbage is considered poison.
Oh, a good chunk of the garbage is indeed
not to the rats.
consider poison as well. Norvin, you are a very perceptive fellow. Obviously there is a bit of a chalk line outside of the Radiant Garage. The guards do need to keep in mind where exactly the body was found. After all,
They use an illusion to make a 3D chalk line because the foot was like hanging out of the garbage slightly.
That'd be pretty epic.
and you do, but you, and you do notice a little bit of what pretty much amounts to the remnants of a bloodstain on the pavement. And what you find interesting is that for someone who literally just got their head bashed in, that is a surprisingly small amount of blood.
Huh. When they're done with their conversation inside, I will kind of alert people to that.
All right.
speaking of the conversation outside,
I just had a few questions I wanted to ask about the repairs you were doing on the car last night.
And who are we talking to?
Leona Antos Miranda.
We know.
They meant who is she talking to?
oh, who is she?
Yeah, who is the question?
Who are you having a conversation with?
Oh yes, whoever looks to be the most in charge engineer. Wait, he's dead. Shit.
Oops.
I
Oh,
looked
it's all
over
right.
at her. She's like, he's like, what are you looking for?
The
Dead people.
second in charge engineer. The race principal.
The race principal would be.
It would be, I guess.
He is currently he's currently off on a bench, sitting and talking with what seems to be way too many people at once.
Leona will wait until he has a bit of a moment and then approach him.
While she waits for him to have a bit of a moment, I just looks for a random engineer that's not dealing with all those people.
I do find I do obviously find Tabor's race engineer. Despite his driver obviously indisposed, he is still working with the team's backup driver for FP3, and he's just trying to do his best.
Hey, need help?
Nothing you can assist with. Sadly, did you need me for something?
Yes, we're trying to do an investigation on everything that you might know would have happened. But if you're busy, and trust me, I don't want someone to stop their work just for me, just for a bunch of questions.
Just make it snappy.
Okay. Hey, princess. Question. You.
Yeah.
And you.
She like turns up and like approaches. What is it, I?
Ask this person questions. Don't ask the guy that has 1,000,000,001 people already asking him questions.
Oh.
Guess-
Oh, you're okay. So like I said, gosh, that's confusing. Like he said, we're investigating. What a fellow was walking by, heard some noise in the garage at around 8 last night. I talked in it with and it's a little odd because it was past the curfew and all that. Just I wasn't aware that the car was badly damaged enough to require you to need to do that.
It wasn't. We just need to replace the suspension and wishbone. Fortunately, the gearbox wasn't punctured. We were done well before curfew.
So when did everyone leave the garage?
Curfew's at 7, and we were out of there by 6:30. That angry guy over there in the polo shirt. That's a team principal, Matthias Steiner. He invited the garage out to dinner afterward.
Interesting. Why wasn't your chief engineer with you?
What do you mean?
Was he with you when you went to the thing? She is assuming.
Yeah.
He went with. I apologize, but I don't think I know what the question is. He came with us to dinner. We went our separate ways. Some of us have lodging here in the paddock, and he was one of them.
So when did you guys
When was dinner?
part ways? I'm more worried about when they parted ways.
Yeah. Right. That's what I.
When was dinner? They left as soon as they got done at 6:30. That's when they started going for dinner.
We found a restaurant, a little bit of a hike from the track. We sat down around 7, and I think everybody was gone by around 8:30.
8:30. So that means they were still alive at 8:30. You heard? Well, the noise the person heard wasn't something that involved that. So that means someone's in here doing some sabotage.
Wait. I have dinner inquiry. All of you were at dinner. Yes?
The entire Iridian engineering team was at dinner. Yes.
This conversation is happening while we're out back
Yeah.
searching for stuff.
Yeah.
far as we're aware, I personally didn't take it. I personally didn't take a head count, nor was I really intending to. So,
I mean, we're talking to this guy while he was about to do his job, so he couldn't really go out anywhere. So he's still in there. So.
Right.
I haven't forgotten he was working. I doesn't like keeping him.
Yeah. One more quick question.
Sorry about that.
The garage is locked up when you all leave, yes?
sorry, excuse me. Typically, yes. We don't allow we don't allow people to walk. We don't allow people to walk in like yourself. At least. Crew mechanics, engineer, all those people usually have keys in case they absolutely need to get in. But
Interesting.
Thank you for your time. Sorry to bother.
Perfectly reasonable. You guys have things you need to take care of.
Nah, you have things you need to take care of. So long. Farewell. Wiedersehen.
It would be arrivederci.
He said
Arrivederci.
Wiedersehen. I didn't stutter.
Right, and so Leona will turn to I once they've like stepped away from them a bit.
So, that's very interesting. Someone was in the garage while the engineers were having dinner.
Well, we can't just assume that this is an entirely truthful story. You didn't use your little magic on it.
No, that's fair.
And so we need to ask more engineers, but I think we should ask more engineers with different people.
Right, let's do that then.
Because you can't have the same people asking the same.
Please do not. I will say, please don't repeat the same conversation 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
We won't.
That
Oh,
sounds
God.
like something you would do, Gold. I'm pretty sure that's something you have done.
Right then, so
No, yeah, it's definitely something you've done, like explaining plans to people at some point. You walked around to 4 or 5 people and explained in complete detail your plan 4 or 5 times.
oh, that was during the battle for Rindenford, right?
Sure, but that's not the point. The point is, you went around to 4
And
or 5
after-
people
and after-
and had the
and-
same
and-
exact conversation.
And after explaining the plan to citizen number 272, I decided to go forth and explain the plan in full detail to citizen number 273. I knew
And
exactly
then-
where to find him, and I began walking in his direction, starting with the right foot and then the left foot.
Damn it.
I assume that after the third individual they question, Thibin should be done with her own minor
Yeah.
investigation.
Yeah.
I and Leona will just be like asking the engineers, like, "Hey, is there anyone missing at dinner?" Basically,
And asking the time differently.
yeah,
So the
asking
time adds up.
making sure everyone's on the same page with
Because if you're trying to figure out the timing of something, you need at least more than a few people saying, "Oh, it started at this time," or "It was this time."
Yeah, I'm going to like wait for them to be done with one of these conversations. Like
You'll find
politely.
you'll
And then the rat bursts in. Hey, I have a thing.
you find that their stories mostly agree with each other.
All right.
But we never did get to talk to the.
Now
other
you
person.
have to keep in mind when that the radio garage is still pretty large when it comes to when it comes to staff people, so they can't so they don't exactly remember the faces and the names of every single person who was there, but the people you do talk to have roughly the same time frames as Leo did.
I see.
We never got to talk to the one that was crowded by other people, were we?
Yeah, we haven't talked to the people yet. Well, I think now would be the time when Thibin and Norvin come up and like tell us their thing.
The rat runs in and says, "I have a thing."
I have come to conclusion.
What have you come to the conclusion of, Pippin?
No unusual magics aside from what is currently in here has been used. For example, that camera, and besides a few other objects that are being used by engineers, construction designers. As for another thing, poison detection is also at normal levels.
Yeah.
I
Good.
can
Normal-
also rule out evil creatures of sufficient power to kill without.
Oh yeah, what's Unico
Making it
up to during all this?
That is a very good question.
That is a very good question. She wasn't expecting to play the investigator, so she's just kind of being the guard instead.
I'm okay with leaving Leona with Hinako.
Hinako is standing guard outside of the door with Nami. They see someone suspicious, and it is just an entire chorus of hey, 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 hey.
However,
Ow.
there wasn't. The body wasn't killed here.
It wasn't?
Either that or they did a really good job cleaning up against themselves, but somehow were also really sloppy about it.
Explain. What do you mean by not here?
I'm like making sure no one's paying too much attention or whatever.
You are in the middle of a crowded garage.
Exactly.
We all like lean in to try and hear him.
Like
So
take
he doesn't-
everyone off to the side.
Like we just all like cuddle in the corner.
I is not cuddling in a corner.
Oh, hi, photographer.
And he just kind of slips in. What are we talking about? Snip, snip, snip.
Just push him off to the side.
Yeah. The halfling with the camera, the most powerful of them all.
Pops up from in the middle of a barrel. The news!
Little did you guys know, I found a way to slip Blackfern into this game.
Cleric of the news.
Oh, God.
Right then, but so
You
yeah,
guys, you guys
where
were,
we won't be overheard.
Yeah.
you guys weren't around for that. I made a conjuration wizard named Blackfern, and he was a crazy news reporter essentially.
It was great.
Oh, no.
I still say
that joke Wild made about someone opening up a trash can and a halfling popping out of it. That was Blackfern. He had a fedora, the little button-up vest, a magical notepad and pencil, everything.
And because he was a conjuration wizard, he could teleport into like a barrel and then pop out.
And it was always aha.
And it was never anything relevant.
It was literally the best.
Speaking of relevance,
He had a
I'm just
magic
gonna-
room.
hey, she's doing a bit better city guard duty
He's
this time.
learning.
She's learning. Goldie Blackburn also had a magic broom. I in lore took out an insurance policy on because the rule was he totaled it every single time he took it out.
I know. I remember that.
Crashes magic broom into the wall.
But okay, so back on topic though. Noverin took us aside to tell us a thing.
There wasn't nearly enough blood for the wounds described.
Interesting.
I mean, they could also
But
have cleaned a lot of the blood, you know,
But then why wouldn't they have cleaned all of it?
because maybe they didn't see all of it.
Or not enough time to do. Or maybe interrupted.
I mean, how much blood is this?
How much blood was it?
That's really the bigger question. Like, if
Yeah. Was it like a little bit of blood off to the side and it's out of the way? Or is it like there was enough that
splotch.
it's noticeable?
Let's call it less than expected. It is by most people's standards still a lot of blood, but it's not nearly as much as you were expecting.
okay, so it wasn't.
It's a good amount of blood, just not enough for what.
Also, let's get something straight here. Outside of the garage is tarmac, obviously, and inside the garage and inside the garage is like polished tile and the like.
Ah.
One of those surfaces is a lot easier to clean than the other.
Interesting.
So
Do you think
the site wasn't cleaned. The blood is obvious.
But I mean, like the polished tiles, they could just spray it off, basically. But tarmac. So he could have been killed in the garage.
There was unusual noise at.
I assume there wasn't like a trail of blood leading off somewhere else or anything like that.
Not that you noticed.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I was just wondering how he didn't notice this much blood and how no one else seemed to notice this much blood.
Oh, it's like behind. It's
Yeah,
like
it was off in the back by the dumpster or whatever. It's not in the building.
Norman, may you lead me to this. I might find something.
I thought I would have done so beforehand, like before we come in to say this is exactly what we found. But
No, I was in here still and looking around.
Sure. Okay. Whatever. We'll have. Yes. Let's
I'm
have a
gonna
look.
take the person who had the heal skill off to do that then.
I suppose we'll go and see if we can't speak with the team principal.
And it would appear as though Mr. Steiner has finally swatted away all the people he's been trying to talk to.
Excuse me, Mr. Steiner?
Yeah, what is it? I've been fielding questions all damn day. How many more of these?
More.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a few more from us. We're trying to investigate the situation, get to the bottom of it. I'm sure you've heard it before. Just a few questions about the dinner you took the team to last night.
What about it?
Was there any members of the team who weren't there?
Look, we have a very large crew here at Rydia.
Unfortunately, I can't keep track of everybody at any given time. You would need to talk to the individual small supervisors and go from there. Unfortunately, my operation is too big for me to know who is where at any given time.
Could you tell us the names of the supervisors so we can ask them?
Gives you he gives you a list of about four heads of the different sections of the garage.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll be headed. And just one last question. Everyone on the crew.
Goldie, stop Columboing people. Holy hell.
One last question.
Hey.
One more thing. Look, if
Hey,
I try it enough, it's bound to work.
Hey, lady. Hey, lady. He just said he's been asked 1,000,001 questions. How about we take turns? How about Thibin ask questions? Thibin asks questions very nicely. Stop asking. God damn.
David's gone.
I just wanted to know that everyone on the crew has a key to the garage. Yes.
Yes. Fine.
All right. That's all. Thank you.
Just once.
All right. Letting Jeremy look in the dumpster.
I suggest the heal skill.
I mean, he is small, so probably decent stuff investigating it. Though I will say it's about 10 to 1, and I know does stuff on Saturday afternoon, so.
I go to work.
Yay.
I go to work, but not always.
But not always.
I do go to work this weekend because there was a power outage.
Oh no.
Oh, you.
That's pretty bad, actually.
All right, so we're going to have to call. So we're going to have to call it here.
It as an opportunity as it sounds, I think that might need to happen.
It's not the worst spot to.
Finish description. You can type out stuff that's found with different skills or whatever.
Yeah.
We take 20 on 1,000,000,000 skill checks.
And you said
we're waiting for the healing. We're waiting for the meeting to be over anyway.
Oh, my bad.
Yep, and in the meantime, I have 8,000 things I need to wash.
God damn.
And I need to feed myself other than hot dogs that are going to probably be indigested into something weird.
That's a good heal skill right there.
You're done with
Why would you have to put it like that?
Why not?
I'm still eating.
Oh wow!
For that reason.
Okay.
I did get pizza a lot later than the break to go get.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, why are you still what?
Because I got the pizza later than everyone else got their own food.
I didn't realize you were eating. That's why I'm like, oh, whatever. All right. Well,
it's fine.
So I don't. Yeah.
What's this? Are we stopping? What?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Sorry, Wes. I forgot you went AFK. Yeah, we unfortunately do need to call it because Beska has got places to go.
It's a decent stopping point. They're waiting for. They're done with all their conversations. You can just type up all the results of the 1.5 billion skill checks.
And if you want to skip talking to the various
it's basically just a time skip.
Yeah. Just give us the details from talking to any of the 4 heads, and from doing the searching of the thingies for the for and
whoever that
should
was.
be good.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they've been going over the bloodstains.
I don't have the skill ranks for heal, so
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know either.
Well, okay then. Guess I'll end the stream
Right.
recording
Yep.
thing.
yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye into the
And again-
void. We go.
Into the void
once
we
again.
go.
I don't get it.
Because it goes to black.
Oh,
Or my favorite lines. To the shadow realm with you.
and include a Wilhelm scream for good measure.
Yeah.
Bit desynced out of that,
Oh,
I guess. I don't know. Whatever.